So y'all, the 2FM for life. And I hope y'all like this video, this live stream though. And let's get to the video. So I just posted a part 2 video of Ohio, not Ohio, Baylor versus Oklahoma though. So I hope y'all like this video. Yeah, part 2 come out. Computer had cut off though. My camera had cut off though. Had cut off. So now they're posting on the little bit. I did had the show though. So people join my live screen though. Yeah, y'all go. Y'all can watch it though. I said I'm gonna post the game Penn State, Oklahoma versus Penn State. I said I'm gonna post that, so I did. So I hope I get some views on this one. Though, and I'll let y'all get to the video. I know I got no views on this, so I'm gonna get some though. Watch 39 come off the block right here. Bang! Quarterback runs right over top of him. And this McSorley fakes, and they're swarming him all over the quarterback. Drop him for a yard loss. That was Borland. And Cooper. They got their McSorley. In fact, tough Borland on that play. He didn't bite at all on the fake there to Miles Sanders. They had a couple defensive linemen assigned. The other linebacker, Pete Warner, assigned, but tough Borland right away, like a spy, gets a beeline right after Trace McSorley. So now 3rd and 9, 6 consecutive runs after 2 completed passes to start the game. Sanders was in the slot, now motions back. Buckeyes bring pressure. They pick it up, and McSorley delivers incomplete over the middle, trying to get the ball to Juwan Johnson, and it's 4th down. Ohio State sat with their linebacker here, Pete Warner, right in the middle. Just kind of takes away Juwan Johnson early, and by the time he sees him, it's a tough throw for Trace McSorley on the run. And even if Juwan Johnson makes that catch, he's still going to be short for the first down. Ohio State turning up the pressure there on 3rd and long. Physical receiver, but Johnson has had problems with drops in the first 4 games. So KJ Hill back to receive the punt of Blake Gilligan. Man from Georgia takes a short one, very short, and it's going to go out of bounds. So not what Penn State was looking for. They don't pin the Buckeyes deep. Ohio State's first possession will begin from right about the 20-yard line. We will see Dwayne Haskins and this Ohio State offense and all this whiteout noise coming up. After the 1906 earthquake, people needed access to their money. So even though bank records were buried, Wells Fargo let customers withdraw based on their word. We had so I don't keep doing this because now my video get copyright though. So hope y'all like this video. Anyway, yeah, but I hope y'all like this video though. Hold on real quick. Yeah, I hope y'all like this video. Cause I ain't trying to see. I ain't talking about Stucky Copyright. Not while he's showing the commercial. I ain't trying to let my video get copyright though. So I hope y'all like this video. Comment section if y'all new on to the live stream or y'all been here at the live stream already from a couple videos ago. No, from the video I posted. Something like that. So anyway. Hope y'all like the video though. Anyway.
Hey guys, today we're here to talk about trucks. What truck brand comes from the family of the most dependable
I stack is the package. Comment put who it is who it is in the comments though. Now I want to know who the person is in the comments though. No, who in the comments who watched my live stream. So I didn't want to know who y'all is cause I get to cause y'all anyway when y'all comment if y'all comment on one of my videos right now, I will subscribe back to you though. Y'all subscribe y'all comment on down below in one of my videos, like one of my newest video or something. I will subscribe back though. Probably give you like bunch of subscribers though.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all back onto the game.
He established 2018 and in point like Domino's and Coca-Cola. Hot Domino's pizza and ice cold Coca-Cola. Order this perfect combination for game day.
Here we go.
The 34 they played was 78. We were a different side of the actually there. Art Schleicher's first career start, 5 interceptions.
There y'all go. So
I cried all the way home. I was 9 years old. I was high-fiving my little brother Drew jumping up. we grew up. I was a Penn State fan. All right, here comes Haskins. Told us he hasn't been nervous since sophomore year high school. He's a very calm customer, but some deep breaths. You just saw it there, Kirk. This is new for him. And new for his offensive line. Rolls out and delivers again a throw that's been so often successful in the first 4 games. Austin Mack gets 10 yards. How will these guys up front respond? Isaiah Prince, it was a nightmare for him 2 years ago. He's come a long way since then. Big physical group up front. And there, J.K. Dobbins, look for him tonight to try to get on track to take some of the pressure off the pass protection. And incomplete is dropping it was Paris Campbell. Had a big game last week against Tulane. Very talented group. How about Kevin Gibbons, number 30? Watch him try to get into the backfield with Kareem Miller, maybe their best edge pressure. Cole Farmer brings stability in that linebacking group. Oregorian is their best cover corner. We'll see John Reed, the veteran, returning after an entire year injured. Penalty on Ohio State. Was a problem 2 years ago. 4 false starts on this offensive line. That's the challenge. I mean, if you talk about the whiteout, besides looking really cool for our cameras, I mean, the big thing is the crowd noise and affecting. Honestly, it's a big factor. You try to simulate it the best you can with crowd noise, but until you get out here, Ohio State uses either the it's very or they'll use the center where he kind of looks up and then he gets 5 yards back to the 30. All year, we've seen these first it's going to actually great pressure. It's a screen. Sharif Miller. In the middle does a good job. Dwayne Haskins would like a little bit more time to sell pressure up the middle. He had to get the ball out there in a hurry. Brett Pry decided to dial pressure in their dime package to get a lot of speed on the field. And Again, like Ohio State's defense, they get the Ohio State offense off the field. We've seen the crowd already playing a part with that 5-yard penalty to really stall their momentum. So Drew Chrisman to punt, DeAndre Tompkins for Penn State standing at the 20. A deliberate delivery from Chrisman, a high kick to 22-yard line. That I think they can come after. So the second possession did 40 yards.
But I thought I had put the camera. I don't want string him go. I'll make sure I do that though. But I did change on make it on go back to me though. I want to make my video copyright though. Okay, it does that though. I used to though. I don't worry about it now. My video never get video on lock, but it's alright though. Let me see what.
This is the face of a match football on an 82-inch Samsung TV. He's not watching his team. He doesn't even have a team. He's more of a goal. And yet, here we are. Captivating color. Big Samsung QLED. Prices on our best Samsung score big events. Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have this is my Buick. How are we gonna see it? Your Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that.
Look at that. Buick's fresh new line access. Score big with the new business. Get his low line gear.
Alright.
Also, he got no finance, financial. Domino's experts in handling bad road. Road shouldn't carry out.
State. I know then. No. So, whoever tried to string on 2 points, so he made good videos. So I suppose like 20 times 20 heads on fan head on heads. So.
After a Malik Harrison player, that first try, I get action Hamler and other early physical young gets what he can do. Back into that. Anders wearing number 8 could be inspired representing the Bears on the side. That's Pat Fryerview, the freshman tight end. Do they expect to make a big impact this season? This is a simple read for Trace McSorley to try to get him into rhythm. He's just going to read the corner out here. You'll see him out the flat. Watch number 3. Right, the flat, he kind of stays up just enough. He gets it over top of it. And now McSorley on the keeper. Darts up the middle. Brings the tackle. Comes back. And bulldozes a defender into Buckeye territory. Ran over Jordan Fuller. Ohio State did a good job of containing him on that first drive with Buck Foreland. And this time, this is the experience of Trace McSorley. He says he's feeling that cutback. Ohio State's defense overflowing, and he's able to cut back and get those big yards. So Penn State, 2 possessions twice into Ohio State territory. McSorley steps up first, downfield shot, jump ball, and Johnson goes up and makes a spectacular one-handed catch over Damon Arnett. That's the kind of one-on-one battle they have to win. I mean, that's catch of the year through 5 weeks. Are you kidding me? One-hand that football, 6'4", 225. Damon Arnett in pretty good position, but there's nothing that he can do about that. That is a big receiver going up and making a play with one hand. Absolutely contender for catch of the year. Odell Beckham style. Stevens in the game. Throw out for the double pass. He fumbles that backward pass and has to fall on it way back at the 30. So the attempted trickery backfired. You know, on the first series, when they threw that pass to him, it was a lateral. I'm sure they were looking to see how Ohio State would respond to that and set up this play. Clearly trying to draw the Ohio State defense to him and then let him throw. I asked him, do you worry that this guy hasn't played all year? Will he be rusty or throwing him into a big situation, asking him to play a lot of roles? I think sharp on that play. There he just got anxious. He peeked ahead. He had an open man downfield if he caught it. Lost 13, so second and 23. It's a sideline route. Again, it's Johnson. They get some of the yards back. Johnson, who dropped an easy one in the first series, made that spectacular catch a moment ago, and they have featured him early.
He's a difficult matchup for Ohio State, not only because of what he went up and made a play, but it's 6'4" and 225 pounds. With the loss of some of the receivers and the tight end Mike Gesicki, the baton has been handed to him as a leader of those wide receivers. Making plays like that, that's a great way to show that leadership.
But then, disastrous loss on first down sets up a 3rd and 16. It's a short sideline right there. It's Johnson again making the catch. He's far short of the marker. Okudah defended. It sets up a more makeable field goal attempt now for the true freshman kicker, Jake Pinniger.
And with a route like that, boy, that's pretty good coverage there. In fact, great coverage by Okudah, but good concentration. A route like that, that's exactly what you're trying to do, is just get a little bit closer and give your kicker a better chance of making this field goal to give you the lead here in this first quarter.
Pinniger 1 of 3 in his young career. He missed a couple of them on a very sloppy field, Heinz Field, in the big route of Pittsburgh. This from 34 yards. I think the true freshman's heart is pounding right now. It's up and just got it inside the upright. So Penn State moves it 63 yards. The spectacular one-handed grab by Johnson sets up the field goal. It's a great night to view this from the Goodyear flip. Providing your aerial coverage, when you put in the hours, the reps, and the heart, nothing can keep you from being blink-worthy. Goodyear, more driven. So as you suggested, Kirk, Penn State did feature the pass much more in that possession. With success.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. Trace McSorley off to a good start, 6 for 7. And you look at them coming into tonight, and everybody thought without Saquon Barkley, how's this offense going to do? And they've changed. And now they're running the ball, 275 yards a game on the ground. But this is a different challenge against Ohio State's front. I think they're going to have to throw more, let Trace McSorley scramble, make plays, create, and let those receivers try to win some one-on-one battles and win those 50-50 balls that they've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years here.
Yeah, Penn State's point totals the first 4 games, 45. That was the overtime win over Appalachian State. The escape, 51, 63, and 63. 20 rushing touchdowns, 10 passing touchdowns. Rafael Checa is the kickoff man, and Jeffrey Okudah, the corner, is back deep for Ohio State. And the ball is hammered through the end zone. Ohio State will take over at the 25. Back to Cassidy for an update.
Thanks, Chris. Dr. Pepper Championship update and another top 10 matchup. Number 7 Stanford, number 8 Notre Dame. Cardinal down 7. Bryce Love finds a hole, 39 yards to tie it all up in the first. Stanford looking to win 4 straight over the Irish for the first time ever, guys.
Bryce Love looking to have a breakout game.
How quick is he accelerating to that second and third level? You better have bad intentions if you're a safety or a linebacker, because he'll go right by you if you hesitate.
With the lead now, this crowd has even more energy. It's Weber in the game as a tailback, and they flip it in the side to KJ Hill. And the Lions rally and tackle him for a 2-yard gain. Tom?
There's so much focus on these 2 quarterbacks, Trace McSorley and Dwayne Haskins. They actually have known and trained with each other since all the way back in high school. It shared the same quarterback coach, Bryson Spinner, in Maryland. They flew together. They ran sprints together. Haskins said he was looking forward to this game, partially because it'll be the first time he's able to share the field with McSorley in a game. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, the Lions swarm. It's a blitz, and they knock Weber down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're moving around their linebackers. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. You'll see Parsons right here actually moves off to the right, but they've got Cam Brown, all the linebackers anticipating the possibility of a run, and they blew that up right at the line of scrimmage, shooting their gaps.
3rd and 7.
This is where you wonder about the offensive tackles not being able to hear that snap count. They're going off the center's head, the lineman.
Empty backfield. Haskins gets good protection, but it's incomplete. Tried to find Hill on a slant. John Reed defended. 3 and out.
John Reed is a veteran coming off of an injury. Took him out of last year. Ball is thrown right there, and KJ Hill drops it. So We've seen Ohio State have a couple drops, Paris Campbell and now KJ Hill. That one on third down, it could have been a first down for the Ohio State offense.
Already the environment playing a role, having the desired effect on this Ohio State offense that has been humming.
Excuse me real quick though. I was gonna say, subscribe to the channel if you're new though.
So that is excellent execution, excellent kick, and the coverage team flies down there. South offense. For this season, the Taco Bell celebrating.
Yeah, shout out to the channel if you're new. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to the video though. Wait, hold on real quick. I know coming to work, but the truck guy, they're gonna go about my game. There you go.
Hey, see how your school competes? Yeah, we see this wideout once a year. It's so much fun, Chris. But I get questions all the time. How does other people do these wideouts or blackouts and whatever it might be for a fan base? Nobody missed. Nobody forgot their white shirt. I mean, everybody remembers it when they come out here.
McSorley looking to throw on first down. Now he'll scramble. Oh, pass of green grass in front of the quarterback. McSorley still motoring deep into Ohio State territory. Sheffield finally knocked him out.
But you've got man-to-man coverage. I want you to watch Tuck Borland because he's responsible for the quarterback, but he kind of gets lost. Everybody else in man-to-man, Tuck Borland, who's supposed to be spying and being accountable for Trace McSorley, everybody else has their back to the quarterback in man coverage.
A career-long 51-yard run for McSorley. Sanders stopped behind the line. Maria?
You can see James Franklin really trying to fire up the crowd. He's yelling at his players to get up on the benches and make the fans stand up and get loud every single time Ohio State is on offense. And then he's over here saying, shh, when his offense is on the field. So he's controlling this whiteout noise, guys.
He's got everything going down there.
Hype band on the sideline. Well, Penn State again in Ohio State territory. And Sanders shows the leg strength. He's not quite Saquon strong yet, but he's getting there. He's been emulating Saquon's weight room routine, and it shows.
Strong lower body. Physical runner, elusive.
So far, just 11 yards in his 5 carries, and it's another third and long for Penn State.
Remember, we keep talking about it. You've seen it. Trace McSorley not just throwing here, but you better have him in your mind as far as creating, improvising, and potentially scrambling for first down yards.
They haven't converted yet, 0 for 3, and McSorley is going to be trapped and sacked. Short loss. Chase Young got him. It'll be 4th down, and now a much longer field goal attempt for Penninger.
Yeah, everybody wondered with Nick Bosa down who would step up, and this is the man right here is going to have to be one of the guys that does step up. That's Chase Young, who is a sophomore, 265. He does a good job getting through Ryan Bates, and then also, instead of Tuck Borland, this time it's Malik Harrison as a spy to be able to help out.
Penninger, a freshman from Iowa. This is about the range that he was attempting in warm-up. It's about 46 yards. Steps into it and drives it, but misses. Hooked it wide left. So Penn State has dominated 3 drives into Buckeye territory, but only 3 points.
Just did not look confident here at all. Missed that.
Yeah, he's a guy that he kicked a 52-yarder in high school. It was last year, but when you come off that tee and you kick it off the grass, it's a whole different deal in college.
Yeah. I don't even think, as soon as he hit the ball, I don't think he felt good about it. Just missed that left. Big way. Ohio State catches a break.
They've got nothing going. 23 total yards for Ohio State. But still down only 3. Approaching the end of the first quarter. Dobbins running wide. Chase and drop for loss as that Penn State defense looks like a different unit tonight.
You knew the energy of this wideout and the whole crowd would be a factor, but watch how they are chasing to the outside. There's nowhere for Ohio State to go. Look how quick Kevin Gibbons is. He was a high school tailback and a linebacker they have playing as a 3 technique with a great motor. Told you in the open, he's a guy to look out for. For that time, he was chasing down J.K. Dobbins.
Second and 13, they bring pressure again. Haskins gets it out. Almost intercepted. He threw it behind Boston Matt and near Tariq Castro Fields, the corner.
What a difference from playing at home and even playing in a neutral site against TCU, where the crowd isn't really a factor. And it's not so much affecting Dwayne Haskins, you would think, but the receivers with some drops, the communication between Haskins and his receivers, and again, the offensive line, especially on 3rd and 13.
Empty backfield again. And Penn State showing pressure up the middle. Play clock counting down. Haskins got to hurry. Just gets it off. Pressure comes. He gets it out. Catch made. Nowhere near the first down yardage is Austin Mack. So the chess match won by Brett Bryant as Penn State defense. And another punt forced. As the seconds tick away in this opening quarter, the Penn State has dominated.
And Brett Bryant has to be very excited about his team. After about his defense, the Illinois game, and really these first 4 weeks, it's just been inconsistent on that side of the ball. There's been moments that have been good. They just haven't seen enough of it. And he's going to be pleased with the way they played here in this first quarter.
Total yards, 155 to 27 for Penn State. But just the one field goal to show for that dominance. End of the first quarter. And this whiteout. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station.
The massive 82-inch
So what's up, y'all?
QLED TV.
So
You can't look away.
my play 2K though. Now this for the commercial though. And I'll turn it back at the same time. Oh snap, that's too loud. Now I'll play some 2K though. No, I'm saying I want to go back to the basketball game. So I just beat on Stephen Curry, which I didn't know. I'm playing against Stephen Curry, and my own career dude, player. So I'm gonna play against Kawhi Leonard. I did my play for time in until about football come on. So yeah, for right now though. I've been doing this on my last live show. You know, y'all like the video though. I think there'll be domination though. I got the wet jumper, so probably don't win anyway. Watch this, look at this. Clean. This can, but that's it's clean though. I made my own crazy jump shot. It's clean though. See, there you go. I gotta start off though. It started clean though. I messed up. I ain't gonna clear on the red line though. I might see he made that. How you missed that? Come on now. Clean. Clean. I'm gonna stop playing around though. Oh man. That stuff, man. See how many blocks I got right now? 3. So wait, what? 0. And no turnovers, nothing. Give me that. They call me a king. Clean. He had made that. I can do something too. Man, I couldn't do it though. It's all about that man ankle, right? So I'm pausing the video right here. Cause before this game, cause I know the game probably on right now. Right now. For y'all can watch the game, for y'all will really want to miss it though. Type in the chat, yeah, y'all stay this long in the video though. And type in the chat if y'all new here though. Type in the chat if y'all new here though. And who are new to the channel, I will subscribe back to y'all though. I promise y'all, I will subscribe back though. And this is like an online basis, like a new YouTuber. I ain't that new though. Some people know me though. Well, some people know me. Anyway, I'm just trying to take my YouTube slow, cause right now I'm just like I'm doing my stuff slow though. I ain't no like no fat. Just trying to make myself be a rich YouTuber or something. Trying to have a lot of subscribers. Trying to do all this stuff. I'm trying to take myself slow though. So anyway, hope y'all like the video, and I'm gonna get back to the video though. I know y'all can't hear me though.
He's known as a corner, but because he has done such a good job, he's playing some nickel and some safety. And because of that length, look how long his arms are. He's able to get around Hamler and bring his right hand and knock that football away. Boy, his stock for the Ohio State defensive coaches keeps going up every single week.
Comes out of Jacksonville. TCU really tried to test him, and he was up to it that night. Now we'll see Blake Gilligan. The terrible one his first time. This one is a little bit better, but a sideways bounce. And in the punting department, Crispin getting the better of Gilligan. So Ohio State will have good field position after the 36-yard punt.
So back to the video on game play now. I don't want I don't want my video to be covered right now. Cause I don't know. I might get copyright if I'm showing the commercial. Yeah, if I'm showing them commercial or not, cause I don't want my stuff to get copyright though. I definitely want my stuff to get copyright. But it's still a show though. I do that. I can't dunk right now. Money. Come on now. So I lost against him. I might do a rematch. First, I'm gonna check is the game on yet. So, snap. Drop my controller. I guess not then. My play against him again though. Here we go. Real quick. Turn a little bit for y'all. Say time going. So. Y'all want to just step back now. Come here, son.
No good for beyond the arc. No good for distance.
Man, beat me. Man, be bad though. On the shooting threes.
The mercury is rising.
I know the who I come probably on now. Or ain't like.
That's off the mark. That's out of bounds, baby. You got swatted. Smashes it down.
Mate. Mate. Miss. Dang. Mate. Mate. He won that again, so man, dang. I lost to somebody. Well, I'm playing on again, so if I go to the next tournament, if I win, I'm gonna lose again. Then I gotta play against somebody else. Then he got to go. No, actually, he got to go different person. Then this person. So anyway, I'll let y'all get back to the video. Peace out. Oh, I'm turning those on though.
Not in a good way. In the meantime, that mistake, not by Haskins, but by Barry, and Penn State is set up in Ohio State territory. But despite dominance, they've only come up with a field goal. This feels a little important. The dominance has been so complete that if they don't come out with a substantial lead, it feels like Ohio State could take momentum.
See how Penn State plans to attack after such a big turnover and getting the ball inside Ohio State territory, inside the 30-yard line. would take a shot here if they find a matchup that they like.
Quarterback Stevens is in the slot. Now go motion back. And they'll take it to
that running game that's been so strong for them this year is going to be much tougher against this Ohio State defensive line. Draymond Jones is a guy to watch tonight, 86. Just a dominant player. And we talked about Chase Young needing to step up with Nick Bosa down. Draymond Jones is the guy who's really the warrior and the leader of that group and a dynamic playmaker as a defensive lineman, that time getting into the backfield.
Penn State behind the sticks on 2nd and 13. There's Jones. McSorley has time and delivers downfield way over the head of Handler. Not close. So 3rd and 13.
Trace McSorley does so many things well, and I love right away he comes over to Brandon Polk and telling him, by the way, they played high school ball together from the same high school, but telling him right away the adjustment. But most teams that play Trace McSorley say that we got to keep him in the pocket. He can throw the ball, but let's make him prove that he can throw the ball from the pocket as opposed to running around improvising.
They're not really in field goal range here, and now Sanders motions back in. Direct snap. They fake it to McSorley. Can Sanders make a miss? Slips as he tries to cut toward the marker. That costs him a chance at the first down.
I think he may have had it. He had a defensive end, Jonathan Cooper, coming over. But because of the block by Juwan Johnson downfield, I think at the very least he lowers his shoulder. He's got a really good shot at picking up that first down. We were down on the field before the game, and I don't know about how you felt, but it did feel slick. The field felt slick, so I'm not surprised to see some of these players losing their footing. They've had rain here all week.
It's already a busy game for Penninger, who made it from 34, missed it from 46, this from 39. And this one is up and good. He has a natural hook to his kick, so the right half should treat him well. But still, Penn State cannot find the end zone, and the lead is 6-0.
When you retire, will you act or feel different?
Back to the video.
Or will you
Just
just
the
be you
2K video though.
without the constraints of a full-time job?
So here we go. Turn my TV down first. Really, he pushed me up. First, I'm gonna see something real quick though. Sure, my dude can dunk though. I wonder why he's not dunking. I gotta go here a little bit more. This is my creative player though. That's my creative player though. So he been there for a year though. So he been there for a year. I'll go upgrade him and make him all that. I just like doing that though. So as soon as he run up, then I like to run up with him. But like I just like run beside him though. At the green light. See, look. What, another 3 in a row. Man, my dude. So I'm gonna let y'all get back to the football game though. He made it. I made this too. Oh man. Let me make a 3. He made it, leaned in. He made it too. I made it. He ain't made that one. Come on now. I didn't let him do that though. See, I can come back though. I'm gonna let y'all get back to the video though. I need to keep people entertained though, or whoever watching it.
Penn State converges, and it takes everything he's got for them to gain a couple.
Let's take it.
Boy, this defensive line is playing with some enthusiasm. That's Antonio Shelton, who's from Westerville, Ohio. Watch him collapse inside. Just do a really good job of getting inside of there. Munford, the play just didn't have a chance because of the quickness of Shelton.
He's a bigger guy than my starters at 310 pounds. Haskins slings it and misfires. Look for McLaurin, a rare inaccurate pass by number 7. 3rd and 8. It was so easy through the first 4. Not so far tonight. Penn State rushes 4. Haskins flush, chase, and delivers incomplete. That's the book on Haskins. If you can flush him out, get in his face, the accuracy comes down.
Really good job here by Penn State, being able to move some people around up front. Watch the movement, able to get off blocks, forcing Haskins, as you said, off his spot. That's their whole thing. It's not about sacks, just affecting him, getting him off his spot, and taking away his chance to throw an accurate ball.
Vitor Grossmanos came off the edge there. Now the Penn State player who is down on the field is John Reed, the veteran who missed all of last year with an injury and has finally worked his way back. You know, sometimes you get healthy physically, but mentally you don't know if you're back. And he got the start tonight, and they're attending to him. Wow, Kirk, I mean, you said it, the environment was going to be the big challenge. And look at those numbers for that Ohio State offense so far.
Yeah, I mean, you knew it would be a challenge. It is for anybody that comes in. We've talked about this being one of the most difficult places to play. But what's interesting is Ohio State's offense has been executing flawlessly all year. The matchup was the Ohio State offensive line and the receivers around Haskins against this defense. And so far, you got to give Penn State a lot of credit. They've mixed up their looks, caused a lot of confusion, and done a very good job of keeping the pressure on Haskins and the Ohio State offense.
Teammates will like to see that John Reed was able to walk off. Chrisman, who has actually punted extremely well, has kept Penn State at bay as best he can. It's been busy for the Ohio State punters so far. State is a flag on the punt, and no fair catch. Tompkins is surrounded by Buckeyes and dropped inside the 15. He'll check the marker. You know, special teams have played an enormous role in this game in recent years. You know all about the blocked field goal return for a touchdown that was monstrous for Penn State 2 years ago here.
Illegal formation. Kicking team had 5 men in the backfield. A 5-yard penalty will be assessed at the succeeding spot. First down.
Last year, Saquon Barkley took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, but Urban Meyer's Buckeyes blocked a punt to help spark their comeback. Penn State back to work after this.
We don't just make cars. We make technology that moves people. This is the 2018 Nissan Rogue, featuring tech like Pro Pilot Assist. It helps keep you centered in your lane and in control. This is how Nissan Intelligent Mobility is reinventing driving for everyone. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your
I'm back now. So
This season, keep yours.
here we go again.
That one's out of bounds. Oh, you gotta come stronger than that.
Green light.
Shake and bake. Raw deep. No good. Rocking the rhythm. Oh, that's wicked. Can't get it to fall. Over the line. Oh, you gotta call that.
Money. Just kidding, I know I missed it.
That's off the mark. Off target. It's just his disposition, taking no prisoners on the glass. Here it's out of bounds. Yes. Shake it, baby. Dialed up from distance. Oh, man, that was obvious.
He won, that was all. Again, he won that one.
I remember somebody who was pretty high on this. He used to be off to a good start. And McSorley looking to throw on first down. It's low. Hamler could not come back to get it. No, Ohio State was all over that slant.
They sure were. Jordan Fuller almost gets his hand on the ball. Like I said, when you lead that inside receiver with soft coverage, Trace McSorley's going to try to get that ball squeezed in there. Jordan Fuller just a step away from getting in front of that and walking into the end zone.
Slant's a big part of this attack. So are downfield shots. They have the one to Johnson so far. And McSorley under pressure is going to be swarmed and sacked back at the 12. Chase Young, who needs to step in with the injured Nick Bosa, made the play.
You could say Chase Young, but it was really the entire front. Chase Young comes from here, but watch the entire defensive line. They bring a couple linebackers, and that's how you stop an athletic quarterback. the pocket collapses on him. It's not one guy or somebody he can step around. It's 3 or 4 guys that do a good job of keeping him in that pocket and coming up with a sack.
So Ohio State defense beginning to impose itself. 3rd and 17. Penn State pinned back. And McSorley flips it incomplete. That was thrown behind Johnson and makes the circus tough catch. But sometimes makes the easy ones look tough. 4th down.
Yeah, he likes that ball up and over his head.
forget right in front of his hand.
Yeah, don't throw that right there. He wants to make that spectacular catch, but even if he comes up with that catch, he's going to be well short of the first down. Ohio State's defense, we've been talking a lot about Penn State's defense. The Buckeyes defense get very important 3 down, especially after the punt. Expect them to get very positive field position here to start this drive.
Gillikin's had a tough night punting for Penn State. The only career block came last year in Columbus. A.J. Hill could have had a return, chose to fair catch it at the 40. Ohio State still down only 6.
Backyard camping. This is some good team bonding. We don't need a football stadium to bond. Where's Lisa?
Definitely not watching football.
She's watching football.
Hey guys,
Lisa, how are you watching football?
PlayStation View. I can watch live football on my devices, even my phone, without a PlayStation console.
We should camp more often. Nature is amazing.
When your TV service gets better, camping gets better.
Broke my personal record.
What?
No, good break. Good break. I'm so sorry we can't make your barbecue. I'm just sick about it.
What?
Different kind of sick. If I can't work after surgery, how am I going to pay my rent? All these bills. Oh, Affleck.
And they pay you cash in just one day.
See how Affleck helps cover everyday expenses at Affleck?
I'm gonna play again though. So hope y'all like the video. Can I at least get like 3 likes on the video? That's on F5, 3 likes. So I know he'll subscribe to the channel if y'all new here though. Thank you though. Turn it down some though.
All right, y'all. This is it. And we welcome
On radio. All right. Oh, come here. Oh, come on. I did all that and I ain't make the shot. And he made it. Come on now, that's dunk now. You think you do one too, huh? That's how many dunks you got. You think you do one too, huh?
No good for beyond the arc. From downtown. Can't hit.
I'm doing it on purpose though. In your mouth. Mate. He made it. Look at that dog. He won that one. Rematch. Back to the football game now. Hold on real quick. What's up, man? No, I just not seen your comment on your video. Making noises for day one. Oh yeah. Hold on, turn it up real quick though.
Ninth time that Ohio State and Penn State have met as top 10 opponents. It's a lot, but it's not the most. Which two teams have met the most often as top 10 opponents?
Ohio State, Michigan comes up.
You know, Nebraska, Oklahoma.
Yes. Got to be careful here. McSorley back in the end zone with the shotgun as Chrisman has pinned them deep. They have struggled in recent series. McSorley from the end zone delivers incomplete. It was low. They're really trying to get the ball to Hamler, but is he forcing it too much to him?
Well, and not only trying to get the ball to him, he's back there. You're in that end zone, and it's 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. He wasn't close to getting sacked, but anytime you're back in your own end zone and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, it's always a dangerous thing, especially those offensive linemen trying to make blocks in the end zone. They're holding to safety.
McSorley is over his last 5, gets it to Sanders, who just couldn't escape the tackle of Young. They've looked for Hamler 6 times. He had a linebacker on that time, but he's only caught 2.
I keep thinking they're trying to get him the ball a little bit quicker just because Ohio State hasn't put, a lot of times they haven't had anybody walk out over top of him. This time they do with Sean Wade on this 3rd down.
0 for 7 on 3rd down.
It's like Malik Harrison across from McSorley could spy on him in case of the scramble.
You see number 39 right over the center.
He's kind of showing blitz, but he could back out of that.
Play clock winding down. McSorley from the goal line slant. And there's Hamler, the speedy freshman. They'll never catch him. KJ Hamler, touchdown. Welcome to college football.
Yards. We just talked about getting the ball to Hamler and getting it to him quicker. This route is exceptional by KJ Hamler. It froze Sean Wade on the quick slant.
They have dominated statistically, but slowed to just a couple of field goals, and suddenly lightning strikes.
Watch this route. And at the top of the route, he gives him a step to the left. Right now to our right. It throws Sean Wade. And with the 2 linebackers blitzing, it makes it easy for a throwing lane for Trace McSorley. So the 2 linebackers blitzed on 3rd down. A nice quick slant where Sean Wade is frozen. Gets separation. And the ball's low. But Hamler's able to go down and get it. And as Chris said, when Hamler gets out in the open, there aren't very many people that are going to be able to catch up to him.
5'9", they listed. He's not 5'9", 173 pounds, but he is speedy. He redshirted last year because he ripped up an ACL. He was so frustrated to sit out all the last year. He was a wizard, though, on the scout team, and now you see why.
They lost so many good receivers over the last couple years. Somebody needs to become that next guy. His parents up in the stands, part of this wideout, are fired up.
But Tanya Gooding, as his mom, has made some rap videos. She salutes KJ's birthday, 18 and 19 birthdays, with these videos that she sent him, and then he posted them, and so he's become kind of a minor celebrity. Maria will have more on that, but Hamler, they've been targeting him, not successfully until that play. You see why. So now Haskins in this offense, it was tough enough, but now this crowd will really get cranked up. Check up. Forget about it. Going to be many kick returns first. We told you about there's a flag down. We'll check the kick. It was back at the line of scrimmage, so maybe the Lions got a little eager. Talked about the rap video that really brought KJ to tears. We'll give you a taste of that after Don Capper does his business here.
It will be assessed from the succeeding spot. First down.
Here you go. Enjoy this.
It's gonna be amazing when you comfortably soar and that #1 Nittany Lion finally roars. Roar! Kitty, kitty, I'm a kitty. Meow, I'm a kitty. Roar! Meow, meow, I'm a kitty 'cause I'm a girl. This was your dad's idea.
King of Kings.
Thomas was.
I think Thomas stole the show first.
He's the hype man.
I think he's
Initially, he tried to wrap this in. No, you just let Mom do this.
I like his roar, man. That doesn't brought it home.
Well, the roar is louder than ever now. Haskins, they roll him out, and that's just airmailed into the bench. Wow. Maria. Hammer's a great
Can I get a like on the video though?
He's a great guy.
The whole watch my live stream. Leave a like on this video. This is all I new. So peace out.
Thomas wanted to do something special for 18th birthday. They were away from his son. He was redshirting. They thought, sing happy birthday. No, we'll rap. And you're right, Dad was not good at writing verses, so Mom took over as the head MC. Dad's the hype man.
This crowd is hyped, and Haskins just trying to get some footing. Slings it to Campbell, makes the catch. It'll be 3rd and 3.
How about this throw? Falling back because of the pressure. It is unable to be able to step into the throw because of the pressure from this Penn State defensive line. Kind of throws it off his back foot, falling away. Still has the arm strength to get that ball out there. But there's, again, that defensive line led by Kevin Gibbons getting after Dwayne Haskins.
Buckeyes 1 of 6 on 3rd. They need 3. Pressure comes. Incomplete. They are just accelerating his decision-making process. Everything is out of rhythm. 4th down.
And they brought the blitz from John Reed from his left. Dwayne Haskins felt that blitz and tried to go right to that receiver, Terry McLaurin. Here comes the blitz, so he tries to hit it right behind with Terry McLaurin. It's Paris Campbell on the other side, 21, who's actually open.
4th, 3 and out for Myers' offense. And the dangerous Mr. Hamler is back deep to receive this punt.
First time all year you've seen Ohio State's new powerful offense having these issues.
Chrisman's boot gives Hamler a chance from the 19. He is so quick and so elusive. And Penn State back to work from the 30. All right, Bear, we gave you a couple of quick guesses there. It was Nebraska, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Michigan. What is the athletic trivia question? Answer.
You did guess traditional rivals. It was option number 1, Ohio State and Michigan, 21 times. That is top 10 opponents, maybe number 22 coming next month.
Did you come up with that?
I did come up with that.
Okay.
Well, are you criticizing the question?
No, I'm just wondering if
I appreciate he's given us a chance this year.
I got a little hard on you last year at times, so we can figure easy in, give you an opportunity to build up the confidence, and then we get into conference play. We'll talk about it.
Oh, stop smack talking. So McSorley back to work. Downfield shot. Oh, almost a great catch by Sanders just off his fingertips on a wheel route.
they're going to come right back to that at some point. The wheel route, which is kind of a rub. Malik Harrison gets caught up in some traffic because of the underneath route by Juwan Johnson, and they just missed. Pretty good effort here by Miles Sanders. How often did we see Saquon Barkley out of that backfield making catches for this Nittany Lion offense a year ago?
Harrison's a very freaky athlete, a linebacker But Penn State's trying to target him in coverage. McSorley keeps it, has to duck under and fight for a short gain. Harrison again on the play.
Again, he's reading Chase Young, and Chase Young wants to get the ball out of the hands of the back, Miles Sanders. He's willing to let the quarterback keep it. That's where the rest of the defense has to rally to be able to try to bring down Trace McSorley. But Chase Young made it very clear to the quarterback, listen, I'm taking the running back away, and that makes him hold on to the football. In the last third down, they hit Hamler on that quick slant.
That was their first conversion all night. They need 7 here. Surley is flushed and fires low and incomplete. Not an accurate throw. Tried to get it to Matt Hippenhammer. He was open. But here comes the punt team.
How about Trace McSorley? That's why people compare him to a Baker Mayfield. I mean, it's because of his ability to improvise. And look at this. It's like a shortstop here. Loses his footing, throws it as he's falling sidearm, and actually gives the receiver Hippenhammer a chance for a first down. He gets flushed by Chase Young, but then he keeps his eyes downfield. He's falling. Before his knee touches, a sidearm throw, and his receiver unable to come up with it.
Gilligan, short punt, bounces, and it's fielded on the bounce by Hill at the 25-yard line. Well, Monday Night Football, the Chiefs and the Broncos, 8:15 Eastern Time. Dennis, Jason, Booger, Lisa, be in the stands. I get a chance to go back.
Yeah.
Watch the Broncos and the Chiefs.
That'll be a hyped up game. That'll be a good one. Penn State has blitzed Dwayne Haskins. When he is thrown versus the blitz tonight, 3 of 7 for 14 yards and an interception. You think they're going to keep coming after him until he burns it for those blitzes? They're just going to keep bringing that pressure.
Campbell joining Weber and Haskins in the backfield here. And Weber's got it, and he's going to be chased down. There's a nice play by Cam Brown, the linebacker.
They got him from behind, kind of a shoestring tackle. Again, 2 or 3 series ago, I talked about surprise that Ohio State has just been about Haskins in the passing game. Even though it's worked most of this year, I still think they have to consider being able to try to pound the football and try to get the ball out on the edge with Dobbins or Weber.
And now Campbell gets the handoff, and he's in, but it's a wrinkle that has not fooled Penn State at all. They want to get him touches because he's so electric, but it's going to be 3rd and long again.
The way this defense is running, it's hard to get to the edge. You're almost better off trying to run that inside zone play or maybe the outside zone, but if you try to run the stretch or an outside run, it makes it very tough.
Now they all got their phones out with a flashlight on to make it a little bit more electric in here. 3rd and 7. Haskins flushed. Flag comes out, dumps it off to Weber, who's tackled short of a first down. Penn State signaling a hold.
Yeah, Isaiah Prince, the right tackle, the leader of this offensive line against Sharif Miller. He just pulled Sharif Miller down. Pulled him down by it looked like by a T-shirt.
Figured to decline this.
Holding offense, number 59. That penalty is declined, and it brings up 14.
We are seeing a different Dwayne Haskins tonight, Kirk. So far, the book on him that Penn State had, it's been true.
Yeah, well, they wanted to come after him, and they've had a lot of success doing that. Again, when Dwayne Haskins has a lot of success, quarterbacks get a lot of credit, probably too much credit. And when everything's not going well, you're going to look at Dwayne Haskins and his numbers and say what's wrong. But it's group effort when you do well. And as we've seen tonight, it's been a group effort when you struggle. And it's pass protection, drop balls. Dwayne Haskins not throwing good balls. It's a group effort here.
A 7th punt for Crispin already, and DeAndre Hopkins is the return man. And another good boot. The fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Did they rough him? A flag is down. Coming in there was Cam Brown, and any penalty, even the 5-yard variety, would give them a first down.
It looked like one of the Penn State players might have been blocked
There is no
into
flag.
the fire.
Got a good spot, Kirk. They'll pick the flag up.
Yeah, he ended up going into Crispin, but he was blocked into him.
So 2:44. Another look at it.
See Cam Brown coming around, and then right there, Tuck Borland actually throws him into the punter. That's why the initial flag came in.
So Penn State from the 25 with a 13-point lead and already 260 yards of offense, trying to add to the lead before halftime. Sanders hasn't yet broken free in a long run. You feed it to him again. You felt this was just not going to be a successful tactic as a scrum for the ball didn't come out. Tough Borland is down there at the bottom of the pile.
The ball came out early, right at the exchange. Tough Borland looked like he hit it.
Looks like Draymond Jones is at the bottom of the pile with the ball. They're still discussing.
I think Tough Borland knocked that ball out.
It is a turnover, the first for Penn State.
Well, actually, his arm, Tough Borland's arm right there. That ball right away came out. I don't think very many other players knew that it was down. You can see Robert Landers goes for it. It's just sitting there. Eventually, Draymond Jones picks it up.
Camp gives you a look at the gnarly pile in there.
Ohio State's been waiting for a break of their own. Penn State's had all of them. Now they get a turnover at plus 25 with 2:32 to go. See what they decide to do with this offensive attack that's been struggling.
Moving into the noisiest part of the stadium, right into the teeth of the student section. Penn State's defense has been brilliant in the first half. This is its biggest test so far. Dobbins, smothered, short loss.
I mean, you can talk about should they run, should they throw, but when you're losing the battle at the line of scrimmage as badly as Ohio State is, it's really difficult to dial up ball plays when it's been so one-sided up front. The only answer when you're trying to run, there's nowhere to go. The quick throw is probably the only answer right now because it gets the ball out of Haskins' hands quickly and gives the receivers a chance to win one-on-one.
Penn State shows pressure again. Haskins backpedals and flips. Dobbins on the screen. Has blockers. Dobbins in the clear. In the end zone. And the Buckeyes quickly cash in the fumble recovery. 26 yards to cut the lead in half.
That's a good answer. With a team that's got their ears pinned back and blitzing and bringing pressure and winning the line of scrimmage. They've tried a couple of these screens earlier. This time he had more time to bait them, kind of lure them towards him, and then flip the ball over the defense into J.K. Dobbins' hands. And that's a huge play for that Ohio State offense.
Looks like it's Sharif Miller, fine Penn State defensive end, who's on the field. Dobbins' third touchdown this season.
The other screens, when Haskins has dropped back, he's been forced to throw it right away. This time, he's able to continue to drop and get all four of those defensive linemen to him, and then eventually he flips it over top of their heads.
Is there a progressive pylon camp? You just had a feeling at Penn State would continue to build this lead that Ohio State was only one play away to get right back in it, and it's happened.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State has a chance to, as you say, if they hit this extra point down 6. Buckeyes offense capitalizes after Tough Borland makes the big play and knocks the ball loose.
Dornberger has been perfect on extra points. Remains so. So the fumble recovery was Borland punching the ball out of Sanders' hands. Draymond Jones on the bottom of the pile, first Penn State turnover. And this Ohio State offense that has looked rattled and overmatched throughout the first half takes the good field position. And the great call, as you said, against the blitz. Borland, a guy's a sophomore, Kirk, and the other veteran captains decided they wanted him to become the 7th captain of this team. That's a tremendous honor. You, as a former captain yourself, as a sophomore, be voted by your teammates.
You don't see that happen at any school, especially at Ohio State. It tells you about what his teammates think about him. Of course, he had the Achilles injury. Started 9 games last year and has worked his way back from that Achilles injury. And over the Early in the year, he was just kind of coming back slowly, and the last few weeks playing a bigger role. And tonight, obviously, not coming off the field at all.
That's a tough injury. 6 months ago, had the surgery. Took him a long time, as you said, the mental part of the recovery. Sometimes it's just as challenging as the physical part. So Penn State, with a minute 50, they do have 3 timeouts. And they know that Ohio State will get the football to begin the second half. Marco's kickoff will be taken by Hamler at the 2. And KJ knocked down short of the 20, as returners usually are against Ohio State. Aerial coverage again provided by Goodyear from the end zone to the uprights. Nothing comes between hard work and a goal. Goodyear, more driven. You can stream all the college football games all season long on ESPN Plus. Search your free trial today. Just download the app and visit ESPNplus.com.
This offense can strike in a hurry. We saw that with the throw to Hamler early. With 3 timeouts in a minute 45, they got to be thinking about trying to get points here.
Surly, 8 of 16. Looking to throw on first down and delivers complete right at the first down marker. That's Johnson who made the circus catch, but has had a couple of drops tonight. Beat Arnett that time.
Yeah, it's such a big body. You know, when he's between the defender and the quarterback, you just put that ball up high, and so hard for Arnett to be able to work through that big physical body at 6'4", 225.
And McSorley took a brief look downfield and takes off running and dived for 8 yards. So Penn State a good start to this drive, and again, the 3 timeouts if they need them.
Yeah, quick throw, and a quarterback draw. He cuts in behind the offensive lineman up front to be able to pick up a few more yards.
76 rushing yards from McSorley. Had 51 in that career long run in the first quarter. Now delivers to Johnson again. It's a short gain out to the 40. May look to spend the first of their timeouts here, or not make the tackle.
There's really no need to use that timeout. You probably want to try to hold on to those.
They are. But winding now, 53 and counting. Buckeyes show pressure, and McSorley is flushed and just fires it into the ground. 42 seconds left.
Well, everybody wanted to know what Ohio State could do without Nick Bosa, who's one of the best defensive players in the country. He's out at least until early part of November. And we talked to Greg Schiano this week, Chris, on our call, and he said, you know, it's a big opportunity for Chase Young. It's a big chance for him to step up. We know about Draymond Jones, but now you're going to see Chase Young step up. And you see Draymond Jones, a defensive tackle. Well, you get into obvious passing situations. They're now, with Bosa down, they're now moving him to the outside. He's lined up here as a right defensive end.
It's hard work chasing down McSorley. You saw Jonathan Cooper started getting some rest on the sidelines. 2nd and 10. They have the timeout so they can run the ball, and Sanders just plows behind the blocker, gets to midfield, and now at 36, Franklin will spend the first timeout. This week's college football rankings brought to you by Goodyear. Boy, it was Clemson with Kelly Bryant deciding to transfer. Trevor Lawrence knocked out of the game, an apparent head injury. And on comes Chase Bryce, a third stringer a week ago. They escape against Syracuse.
How about that effort by Chase Bryce and Dabo Swinney and the Tigers to be able to find a way to win against Syracuse, who beat them a year ago? Go down let's look at Stanford and Notre Dame in a very close game with Stanford trailing 21-14 at the half, and Auburn taking care of Southern Miss.
You're just one hit away from the entire complexion of the playoff race changing when these quarterbacks go out.
And this game, not only big tonight and this week for those rankings, but the rest of the year. I mean, this is one of those games in August you pointed to as one of the biggest games in the country.
It's a 3rd and 2 play, and McSorley running and being hit. He's going to be marked short. So he's 4th down. Pete Warner stopped him. And that is not what Franklin was looking for. A promising start to the drive, but a nice play by Warner to stop the quarterback short.
Yeah, let's take another look at this. Very good effort there by Pete Warner to keep him short. Good hustle also by Malik Harrison. It's always about where the football is when you see the running back or quarterback go down.
Excellent recovery because it looked like Sorley was going to get the first down. Warner just made a quick closing move.
Now, he's a former safety that they moved to linebacker, more of a special teams guy a year ago. And it looks like Trace McSorley going to the sideline. So that play by Warner saves Ohio State from trying to defend Penn State from getting the field goal.
Yeah, huge stop. The sophomore, A.J. Hill, trots out there. You're looking at one of the co-captains on this Penn State team, delivers a high punt. Hill makes the fair catch at the 12. So just 20 seconds to go before halftime. You're not feeling like Urban Meyer is going to get too adventurous here.
No, I don't think so. I think they'll consider themselves fortunate with the way that let the first probably quarter and a half win.
When the headset comes off, Coach tips his hand there. We're going to get a kneel down here. Penn State will hold Ohio State to 96 yards of total offense in the first half. But that fumble set up the screen pass to Dobbins, and Ohio State will feel extremely fortunate to be down just 6 at the break. Lions almost 300 yards offense, but only 13 points to speak for. Let's get Urban Meyer's reaction to this first half. Tom Rinaldi standing by.
Chris, thank you. Down less than a score after all this first half. How do you build on whatever momentum you've created offensively?
Better get something going offensively. We'll give the ball to start the second half and play the good defense, but we got to block them. We're not blocking them. We're not throwing and catching. So A to Z on offense.
Appreciate the time. Thanks for it. Maria?
All right, Coach, what have you seen from your defense holding Ohio State to less than 100 yards total offense?
We're doing a great job in stopping the run, which has been critical. But the other thing is probably more importantly is we're able to make him uncomfortable in the pocket. He's thrown off his back foot. We're getting pushed in his face. Got people around him, and it's affected him so long.
What do you want to see from your offense coming out in the second half?
To be honest, I'm pleased with everything except for turnover. You can't turn the ball over, especially in your own end of the field, or we'd be in a much different situation right now.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Turnovers are 1-1. Haskins, under the pressure Franklin mentioned, just 7 of 16 for 62 yards. And an eventful first half in Happy Valley. The halftime report, Kevin Nagandi, Matt Brown, and Jonathan Vilma coming up after these messages.
Nothing outlasts Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Hey, you can't do that. Can he do that?
Yeah, he's good.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. It's the #1 longest lasting battery.
So y'all on my channel again.
All right, y'all. This is and you take a look. Not news to know is cash.
Who think will win this game though? Put in chat. I don't know who will win though. See, y'all know who will win. Them nuggets step back. Money. Money. Green light. I told you I know who's gonna win. So it's over now. So I hope y'all like this little basketball clip though. Peace out. Back to the own game. Oh, the halftime, so I get to play all day though. Halftime, so I'm good now. Look at that finger. Look at this. Come here, son. Bring some more of that. Okay, now I might have 5. He playing. And get Russell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. There we go. I will get Chris Paul though, but I changed my mind. Not Chris Paul, I'm gonna say Stephen Curry. No, get somebody else. Him. Jay Harden. Paul Millsap, nope. Trevor Booker. Sure. Yeah, that's a squad right there. All-star team too. I might change it on Andrew Wiggins though. No, I'm just like that. That's a squad. Best squad you probably never had. If they're all on team, you put some more people. This is a squad. It's an all-star team though. Like let's say another team used to be all-star team. But I think it still is though. Like the Thunder, that's an all-star team. Let me see. Spurs are all-star team. I don't think there is no more though. I don't know, cause some people left. So like Kawhi Leonard left though. Oh, it's not. I'm right there. 3. I want a ringer. Son. Right there. First 3 games. Oh, my team losing out there. He's in foul. Alright, go you reach him, man. I hope he made that shot. No, he missed it. They made it out of us, man. Nick one shot up. Go to the basket, somebody. Basket. I mean basket. Green light. What does this mean? Green light. Green light. Green light. I like that step back, don't I? What kind of shot is that? I'm sorry, but what kind of shot is that? Oh, where to go? Green light. I ain't paying no attention to what I'm doing though. I'm talking about my teammate got. That's what I'm doing all by myself. So, Chris Paul with 3. Paul George, with the step back. Clean. Couldn't see back there. I turned the camera again. So I'm pause right here, guys. But I can go back while watching the football game. Pretty sure that football game probably back on though. Come on, son. Let's go. That's a highlight right there for the end of the video. And 5 people still watching the video though. So y'all are loyal. Oh, it's off right now, so it must be off right now. So let's get back to the video though. Let's go. Hey, defense. I ain't touched that. He did that all over me, man. Oh man. Oh, he open. I like. I ain't hard. No, just kidding. Ain't hard. This time my rematch though. You know, we made this time. I only just want that play by myself. Computer version.
All right, y'all, this is it, and we've got some NBA greats ready to play a little pickup. Y'all ready? And our team for the game. First, it's the Ballers.
The Ballers.
And on the other side,
it's the Ringers.
We got the
The
Ringers.
Ringers. Like the Singers.
Ball coming. No. Come on.
I'm probably this right here. I'm gonna go back to the football game. Should be on by now though. Wait for a while. So I'm pausing right here though again.
And Ohio State took advantage of this break late in the first half. Tough Portland knocks the ball loose. Draymond Jones jumps on top of it. A couple plays later, against all that pressure, Ohio State goes with his screen to Dobbins and gets their only touchdown of the game.
Dobbins had the touchdown reception, but Dobbins and Weber combined just 30 yards rushing in the first half. Can they get the run game going? They expected to be able to run the ball much better than this. Dobbins tries to get the edge, just cut back in a nice first down game. To Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Chris, it was a different Dwayne Haskins after that late first half score. He came back to the bench, immediately looked at the offensive line group and began to exhort them to say, now we begin to go. Talking to Urban Meyer as he came back in, he just said, essentially, we couldn't have played any worse than we did in the first half, and yet we're still down only a score. We're going to build on the momentum and have this opening possession do something.
Campbell on the screen, breaks free. Paris Campbell, very dangerous. Tackled there by Jan Johnson.
Reading between the lines from Tommy's report, I'm guessing that offensive line's manhood was challenged by Urban Meyer and by the Ohio State offensive staff. Because then when he walked off with Tommy, he said, listen, Card, what are we going to do? Like you and I talked about when you're losing the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Haskins on first down, look downfield. Now throws short to Campbell, who slips a tackle again and is knocked down near midfield. Got 8.
Good patience there by Haskins to check down and get the ball and take the positive yards. And on 1st and 10, and going back to that first half for Haskins, he attempted one pass over 10 yards or more through the air. Just one in that first half. Everything underneath.
Dobbins. Second effort gets about 3. So many of his passes this year have been behind the line of scrimmage. 27 of them, and so many 0 to 10. That's a big reason for the high completion percentage.
Yeah, of course. But when he has taken shots downfield, you can pull out the tape. And it's one after another. They hit the receiver right on the money, right in stride.
Is this a deep shot? Haskins looking, firing the back over his head. He was well covered by John Reed.
It's a bigger receiver, Austin Mack, going up against John Reed. Tries to sell that to the outside, but the experienced Reed in pretty good position there, but to no avail. Ball thrown up and over top of Austin Mack.
Penn State's only got 1 sack for -2, but they have pressured him frequently. Taking that soft cushion. That's a catch by Benjamin Victor. It'll set up 3rd and short, just 2.
Tight coverage there by Penn State, but Ohio State, again, this is the best looking drive. They scored a touchdown after getting the ball in positive territory. It's the best looking drive they've had all night.
And a 3rd and 2. Dobbins plows. He's near the marker. And they're going to walk in, place the ball. Looks like short. Just. So it's 4th down.
Good Isaiah Prince telling the coaches.
They're lobbying hard. The ball at the Penn State 35.
In the old days with J.T. Barrett, it's a pretty simple call. J.T. Barrett on a power right up the middle. Now you're talking about trying to get it to J.K. Dobbins more than likely.
He's lined up 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Dobbins gets it, and he is stopped and will not make it. Jan Johnson, the linebacker, filled, and Penn State's defense. Let's wait for the spot here. Now they're giving the spot a little bit farther than I thought they were going to. So hold on, they're talking about it. They have signaled first down. Wow, this is something they can review. They can review this. Let's see, where did Dobbins get to? Did he get the yellow line?
He beats the middle linebacker, Jan Johnson.
Ball did not look to me like it crossed that first down line.
It was a great view. Yeah, it's all about the football. It's not his body. It's where is the football.
And Rick Nelson, who's the replay official for this Big Ten crew, this is a pivotal review. We'll get Dave Kataya's thoughts on this when we come back. Is it a turnover on downs or a first down at the 35 for Ohio State?
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
You need bread. Gotta be all that.
Breastfed people. No, pork.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? I like my burger with a Coke.
Strictly with a Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Most kids today will have jobs that don't exist yet.
The energy management systems coordinate with autonomous vehicles' financial data, so now we can predict the future with our new flexible propeller
By
design.
collaborating with public schools on a program called P-TECH, IBM is helping students build the skills they'll need for tomorrow.
Please revolutionize the
Aerospace industry.
It's an entirely sustainable approach. Any questions?
When you rethink education, everyone can put smart to work.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you'll earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day, not just the airline purchases. Think about all the double miles you could be earning.
Holy moly, that's a lot of miles.
What's in your wallet?
Okay, look. If you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. That's why this is the view for every other full-size pickup. And this year, it's deja vu all over again. Because only the Ford F-150 with its high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body gives you best-in-class torque, best-in-class payload, and you got it, baby, best-in-class towing. Still leading the pack. This is the big dog. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Lemonade! I'll take a cup.
I got this, kids.
1 cup of lemonade. Thanks. Time to pack up. Let's go, kids.
Thank you. NFL Sunday Ticket. Get every live game every Sunday at no extra charge when you switch to DirecTV. The more you do it, the better. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
If you're craving roast beef, go to the roast beef place. If you're craving a Reuben, brisket, loaded Italian, ignore your instincts and go to the roast beef place.
Arby's, we have the meat.
For sandwiches.
One of the best new fall shows is Single Parents.
Will not let you down.
Relax. It's a babysitting grid, not Band of Brothers.
The ensemble is top notch.
I thought you were watching the kids.
I thought you were watching the kids.
I'm going back.
New Single Parents, Wednesday on ABC.
It's a first down, Ohio State. The call stands. Not enough to overturn the signal of first down on the field. Dobbins right there, just as he turned, got the ball at that yellow line. It's a pretty good spot by the line judge.
If he doesn't make that turn, the ball in his left arm would not have been able to get across that first down marker. So he was hit by the linebacker Jansen and turned his body with the ball luckily in his left arm for him.
3 first downs on the drive for the entire first half. And there's a keeper by Haskins. A grip. Ball came out. He gets it back. Very few design runs. If I look back at every time he'd run the ball, the touchdown against TCU was the only true designed run he'd had in the first 4 games.
Yeah, it looked like his knee may have been down even before the ball went out, but as you said, he ended up recovering it. Yeah, he's just not a threat. It's just not his game. That's why this offense has changed so drastically from what it was with J.T. Barrett. And he's more of a distributor.
Get the game clock to 11:50 and wind it on my signal.
I think, if anything, they sprinkle that in there just to let the Penn State defense know that it's a possibility. Because on that 4th down and short, they weren't even considering Dwayne Haskins. They were knifing in towards J.K. Dobbins.
Didn't start the clock for the previous play. Now they fix it. 2nd and 5. This is the tougher, noisier end of Beaver Stadium for visitors. Dobbins. Cuts back and squirts for another first down inside the Penn State 25.
Interesting cat and mouse game going on right now between Ryan Day and the offensive staff. You saw Dwayne Haskins kind of look over, make a check, adjust at the line of scrimmage. And on the other side, after that check, Brent Pry, the defensive coordinator, got his defense into a different look.
Now Haskins pitches far side. Hill has blocks on the edge and is out near the 15. Picked up 8.
It gives him the option to either hand that ball off or get it out quickly out on the edge to KJ Hill. Positive yards for Hill. Gives Ohio State a much better chance here.
12th play of this drive to start the third quarter. They moved at 59 yards. Haskins, one-handed grab. Hill tucks it back and knocked down inside the 5 by Brown. What a catch.
What a catch, but what a block by Luke Farrell, the tight end, who opens it up by just pushing a defender. Wow, that's a great effort, just one hand. And there's Farrell's block, 89. It just opened that up, and they're going now to those quick throws with receivers and tight ends out on the edge blocking. That's their answer. Get the ball out quickly away from that pressure that Penn State's been putting them on, and let those receivers make quick catches and then do some damage after the catch.
Cam Brown made the tackle, then a teammate's foot hit him in the head after the play. He's slow to get up. This Penn State defense, which had been dictating, really dominating with the help of this big out of the first half, suddenly finds itself backed up. And Ohio State, chance to grab a lead here.
Talking about a 12-play, 71-yard drive. By far their best drive. Then we talked about it's a game of adjustments. Ohio State's adjustments were to get the ball out to these wide receivers. Those quick passes to the outside and try to get blocks from those other receivers. See if that can open up some running lanes. It's not really an extension of the running game. You see these college offenses just throwing it outside quickly. It's almost like a sweep. This is what the game's about. You get to the red zone, you're going to kick field goals, you're going to score a touchdown.
They've been very efficient down here in the first 4 games. A bobbled snap, but Dobbins doesn't matter. Score is standing up. 2 touchdowns for J.K. Dobbins, and the Buckeyes a PAT away from the lead.
We can talk XLs and adjustments. Bottom line is the line of scrimmage. It was awful for Ohio State in the first half. And whatever Tom Rinaldi talked to Urban Meyer about, and whatever they said, I said if you could call it challenging their manhood, that was a different-looking offensive line. As Dwayne Haskins handles that snap, and somehow Dobbins is able to get that push up front and into the end zone.
Nürnberger for the lead. The blocking was so good, it didn't matter that the snap and the handoff was sloppy. And Ohio State is in front by 1.
Want a performance car that actually fits your life? Introducing the new 2019 Ford Edge ST. Capability meets power in the first SUV from the Ford Performance team. The new 2019 Ford Edge ST.
Oh, good, you're awake.
Finally.
You're still here.
Come on, Denise. We're Voya.
Wait, stay with you too and through retirement.
With solutions to help provide income throughout.
I get that Voya's with me through retirement. I'm just surprised it means in my kitchen. Oh.
So that means no breakfast?
I said there might be breakfast.
I was really looking for the
know,
breakfast.
but
Voya, helping you to
and through
retirement.
This is the face of a man watching college football on an 82-inch Samsung QLED TV. He's not watching his team. He doesn't even have a team. He's more of a golf guy. And yet, here we are. Captivating color, gripping 4K. The massive 82-inch Samsung QLED TV.
Get the best prices on our best TVs at the Samsung Score Big Event.
You want to bring the heat? Prove it. With carbs to help fuel muscles. And electrolytes to help replace what you lose in sweat. Study, tested, proven. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Saturday Night Football presented by
Wells Fargo on ABC is brought to you by the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar. Voya Financial, helping you to and through retirement. And Samsung QLED TV, the official TV of ESPN College Football.
Lamar Arrington, Penn State great, provide some souvenirs. But it's Ohio State, a pair of J.K. Dobbins touchdowns, and it's a race to 13-0 deficit. Lead by 1, our Dr. Pepper Championship Drive game of the week. 13 plays, 75 yards. They converted a 4th down by an inch or 2. The replay holding the verdict on the field. Took 4:38 to do it.
How about Haskins, Dobbins, and company the first half? 30 plays, only 93 yards, and they go for 75 and had a first drive.
Here's Hamler, who scored Penn State's only touchdown, tries to make a play on kick return, and a flag comes out as he's knocked down at the 20. So Penn State figures to be backed up, and now another flag, a very late flag coming in well after the play as both teams were being separated. These officials, it's not a glamorous life. They're staying in a place that in this area that it's not the Four Seasons. I promise you, these guys, they do good work, and it's not glamorous. Dave Katai can tell you, this guy, top referee in the Big Ten.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding by the receiving team, number 14. That foul is assessed half the distance to the goal. After the over, personal foul. On the kicking team, number 7. That foul is assessed 15 yards. First down, Penn State.
Well, that'll drive Meyer crazy because that holding penalty would have backed Penn State up. And then Mitchell, personal foul way after the play. And left cross there.
Young linebacker trying to get some time in. Anytime, obviously, you take a swing at a player, the referee's going to catch that, especially late after a play, after the whistles have already blown.
Penalties have not played a real big role so far. That moves the ball to the 24. See Meyer hot about that mental mistake.
That's how you get taken off special teams right there.
Of course, the boss man does run the special teams at Ohio State. All of a sudden, a very different feel to this game. And Sanders has yet to get going, tries to bounce it, and he'll be smothered for a 4-yard loss by Jonathan Cooper and others. Maria.
Well, Chris, James Franklin recognizes that his offense has to finish drives, so he wants to be more aggressive in the second half of the play calling. They want to take some shots downfield. He says they also have to find a way to slow down this pass rush. That might be using a little bit of tempo and quick game, but it's something that they'll be focused on here in the second half.
And Maria, Sanders coming in had not been stopped behind the line a single time this year in 71 rushes. That has changed, and now McSorley tries to run it and gets nothing. Draymond Jones plugging the middle, 3rd and long.
We can talk blitz and glamour and up-tempo offenses and RPOs. Again, this is one of those throwback games. It's going to be won or lost at the line of scrimmage. And Ohio State, these first 2 plays defensively, they have just been able to get penetration, and they're pushing Penn State's offensive line back.
Penn State had done much better in 3rd down this season because McSorley told us they weren't stressing 3rd down, just executing. There's been a lot of stress tonight and a lot of 3rd and longs. And McSorley's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. That was Chase Young getting a hand up. And the Buckeyes with the lead now, force a 3 and out.
Chase Young is 6'5". The young sophomore, 6'5", 265 pounds, known as a pass rusher, and does a very good job of knowing that McSorley is undersized, can't quite get there to be able to affect him. So instead, he just gets his big hand up and knocks the ball down.
He was targeting Hamler, who hadn't yet come out of his break, so I don't know if that was going to be complete anyway. And now Gilligan, it's a low boot. It's going to give a chance for KJ Hill. It takes it at the 40, has momentum going forward, and returns it for about 13 yards. There is a flag down, and now another flag and a scrum on the Penn State. A couple players tied up on the Buckeyes bench there.
Antonio Shelton has a late hit with Penn State, but there was a flag on the other side towards the Penn State sideline well before that.
Because that would be on the return team.
Pushing it back or a hold.
Get feisty here, Kurt.
Yeah. Shelton had the late hit, 55.
So this figures they'll back the penalty up, and then they'll enforce 15 yards. And that was a shot to the head on Hill there.
Remember Shelton again from Westerville, Ohio, Columbus suburb. Probably pretty amped up tonight to go up against the Buckeyes.
Dan Capron.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding. Number 13, 10-yard penalty. After the play was over. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Number 55 on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty. First down.
They don't signal targeting, just a 15-yard penalty on the Ohio native, Shelton.
Urban Meyer fired up with some of his players.
Ball will be spotted at about the Ohio State 40. Buckeyes back to work up 1.
What the hell are you? With a PG-13.
Juicy marinated steak, fluffy eggs, stacked 3 layers high. Introducing the new $2 steak and egg stacker. Stacked with everything you need to take on your morning. Only at Taco Bell.
Hey, if you're feeling a little power hungry, check out the engine lineup Ford is cooking up for the Ford F-150. You want the most torque? You got it. You want the best towing? All yours. Or maybe you want best-in-class fuel economy? No problem. Or how about a brand spanking new diesel? Sure. You want fries with that? Crazy. It's like a power smorgasbord. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Got directions to the nightclub here. And if you get lost, just hit me on the old horn.
Tom's my best friend, but ever since he bought a new house,
It's a $10 cover? Oh, okay. See that on the website?
he's been acting more and more like his dad.
Come on, guys. Jump in. The water's fine. Tom Pritchard. How we doing? Hi there, Tom Pritchard. Can we get a round of jalapeno poppers for me and the boys, please? I've been saving a lot of money with Progressive lately, so.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us. We can do whatever we want. We are with the PG-13.
One Eckerd smoked sausage left.
Really good.
Eckridge, Saturday done right.
If you've ever needed more capacity, more features, and more for your hard-earned dollar, the time has never been more right. Get guaranteed lowest prices on top brands like the Samsung laundry pair, now just $6.48 each. The Home Depot, more save it, more do it.
Cheesy snacks are the most satisfying combination of crunch with cheese, with their delicious perfection.
Cheese.
It's not all about you, cheese.
You think I have a mouth? I'm a wheel of cheese.
Got a point.
Yeah. Cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
Cooperate and you just might survive. With the PG-13.
Shark Tank is back, Sunday, October 7th at a special time on ABC.
Wondered if the booth would buzz down and review targeting on Antonio Shelton, and they did. The backup defensive tackle has been ejected from the game. Here's the shot right to the helmet of Hill as he was well out of bounds in the Ohio State bench. So the backup tackle, they lose some depth in that defensive front. The Buckeyes start from the 44, and this is Weber who's trying to get going. And Mike Weber does truck for a first down into Penn State territory at the 44. Buckeye running game is now moving.
Yeah, and again, a different feel at the line of scrimmage and great patience by Mike Weber working his way through there and finding a couple creases.
Penn State looking at the sidelines. Ohio State using some tempo now. Campbell on the edge has blockers. And all of a sudden, this is a completely different Ohio State offense.
Yeah, running the football, the up-tempo, getting Penn State's defense on its heels, and a lot of those quick throws, trying to tire the Penn State defense out, making a run sideline to sideline.
Campbell's made 5 catches, hasn't yet broken a long one. Weber knocked down. Nice play by Sharif Miller off the edge.
This is Urban Meyer over the years in Bowling Green and Utah and Florida and now Ohio State. This is kind of in his wheelhouse. He really challenged his team when the defense is getting after it to really go up tempo and get him on their heels.
Haskins plants and surveying the field, rolling out and just dumps it at the feet of the receiver. Miller finally chased him.
One of the few times he's had time to throw, but very good coverage downfield by the Penn State secondary. He had nowhere to go with the ball. The way this game feels here to start this second half, pretty big third down here for both Ohio State's offense and the Penn State defense.
Buckeyes just 1 of 9, need 6. Are in field goal range. KJ Hill now motions out, empty backfield. Penn State brings pressure. Haskins screen again to Hill, who has blockers. Another good pull, beats the blitz, and the Buckeyes are in their red zone. First down.
They beat the blitz. They brought the freshman Micah Parsons right here, and then you're able to get right underneath that with that screen. Linebacker comes, get the ball off, and then you've got a convoy leading KJ Hill to the first down.
And now Wildcat with Hill. He takes a direct snap, and the Lions swarm him and knock him down for a 4-yard loss. Keith Gibbons, that quick tackle, got in there.
And Kevin Gibbons as well is just such a talented player.
Yeah,
he has been a handful for the Ohio State interior, the 7-2 guards, just because he's able with his quickness to shoot gaps. When he's healthy, he's one of the finer defensive linemen at the inside. You'll see. Like the left tackle from Ohio State may have moved there. Mumford.
So they convert on that 3rd and 6. Get into the red zone.
Full start. Offense. The 75. Negative penalty. Second down.
Then they use the wrinkle and it loses a few yards and then the false start.
See, Urban Meyer, who told us this week, he's letting Brian Day and Kevin Wilson, the staff, call plays. Now he's there to help and make suggestions. But in the past, he typically is right on the front lines calling the plays. And now
just have the mic in front of the back. That's a good sign for Day. Weber, strong run, gets back to the 16. Where Warrior made the stop. It's 3rd down again. They are behind the sticks, lead 11. This does feel important, this Penn State defense, which has been backpedaling throughout the 3rd quarter. Haskins gets good protection, lost to the end zone, but it's well over the head of KJ Hill and put down.
I think this defensive staff been waiting for John Reed to kind of have that welcome back moment. He's playing pretty well tonight, 29. Veteran guy who's been around, played a lot of ball, very tight coverage, especially with safety help over the top from Garrett Taylor. Has a tough ball to get in there for Dwayne Haskins, but well covered again by Reed.
Sean Nurnberger, who's 3 of 4 this year. Buckeyes haven't kicked many field goals. And he drives this one right through from 33. There's a flag down to hold everything. May have to re-kick it.
One of the Ohio State protectors grabbed the face mask of a Penn State player coming around the edge.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense. Number 89. 15-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
That was Zach McPherson who came around the edge, number 14, and Luke Farrell. You can see at the bottom, he did get a face mask.
And he kind of put his left arm out right there on the edge. Why don't you put his left hand out and just gets up high and grabs onto the face mask. Good catch, actually, by the official there to see that on the edge.
How big is this? So the field goal was good from 33. And now Nurnberger's going to line up. But this is going to be from 48. His career long was right here as a true freshman of 49 yards. Yeah, this is not going to be good. So the personal foul takes the field goal off the board, and Ohio State comes up empty, and the lead is still 1. Perhaps a play to remember.
The way this game is going, it's a big play. It's something to remember. Urban Meyer wants to know who's it on. Perfect snap, perfect hold, and just a miss hit.
It's about psychologically. You go out there as a kicker, you knocked it through with confidence from 33. All of a sudden, you're 15 yards back. Got to approach the kick totally differently.
Just left it out there.
Penn State take over the 31, trying to reignite this offense, which is stalled since the Hamler 93-yard catch and run. McSorley incomplete, threw it into traffic, trying to find Hamler. Isaiah Pryor defended. Cassidy, an update.
Thanks, Chris. Dr. Pepper Championship Drive update number 5. LSU hosting Ole Miss. Former Buckeye Joe Burrow punched Jamar Chase. What a grab. 21-yard score. That was their first. They're now at 14-3 in the second, guys.
Okay, fans curious to see how Burrow progresses. LSU still playing well. 2nd and 10. They flip it in the flat. Catch is made by Sanders. Worked hard all summer on his hands. Wants to be a part of the pass game the way Saquon was last year.
Yeah, he's come a long way. And anybody who's been close to the Penn State program has known about Miles Sanders, but when you're behind Saquon Barkley, it's hard to get opportunities. But the few times we did see him, you can see the talent that he had, and not surprised at all. He's off to such a good start this year.
Where can Ricky Ronnie look for success on 3rd down? It's been a nightmare tonight. 1 for 11.
Ohio State tightens up their man coverage. Really press across the board here. Jawan Johnson on a crossing route from the bottom. Something to watch.
Play clock at 3. Sorley was looking that way. Nobody open. Now scrambles and tries to run for it and will not get it. Caught from behind by Malik Harrison. And linebackers showing that freaky athletic ability. Not many linebackers can run McSorley down like that.
Well, when you play press man, somebody's going to have to account for the quarterback, and it's Malik Harrison. You can see him waiting, and it takes off. And you're right, McSorley can go for a quarterback, and it gives you an idea of how fast Malik Harrison is at 6'3", 245 pounds, being able to bring him down from behind.
He's a guy that wins the dunk contest that all teams have. He can throw it down, despite that.
Yeah. Said a couple weeks ago, great high school basketball player.
This is Gilligan's best punt. Finally gets one to turn over. Booms it and Hill all the way back to the 10-yard line for a fair catch. 53-yard punt. The All-State bus. Curtis making the trip here to Happy Valley. Keeping us up to date on all the mayhem. Kirk, what's the All-State mayhem moment today?
I think it's a mayhem moment was this 4th down play, 4th and 6. Chase Price, who 2 weeks ago was the 3rd-string quarterback. With everything that happened with Kelly Bryant leaving the team, Trevor Lawrence goes down. Clemson's on the ropes. They might lose. It's 4th and 6. If they don't convert there, they lose. And the young man delivers for them, and they go on to pull out a narrow victory.
That's over Q. It's a 94-yard drive for the rocking chair for that young man. Dobbins just plows into heavy traffic on the left side. Penn State defense now, after the excellent punt, trying to do their job and pin Ohio State back.
We talked about Ohio State's adjustments coming out at halftime, challenging their offensive linemen, running the ball, going more up-tempo, quick throws to the outside. Let's see what Brett Bryant and James Franklin come up with.
Haskins at play after the long throw over the head of McLaurin. He's got the arm to get it there, but airmailed it a bit that time.
It's the first time in his career that he's faced this adversity. And it's the first time in his career we've seen him unsettled, out of rhythm. Even when he has time, he's not throwing after balls to his receiver.
3rd and 9. Lions gave the look of blitz, Kirk, then back out. 3-snap chess match. They don't blitz. Haskins has time, and now the time suddenly evaporates. He puts it out to Hill. He makes the catch, but well short of the 1st down. Shaka Tony, wearing number 97 to honor his teammate Buchholz, made the pressure.
Again, great coverage downfield. He had time. He came off of his primary. He looked for his 2nd, then his 3rd option was just kind of a check down to J.J. Hill. So Shaka Tony's able to get there, but it was the coverage on the back end that allowed that to happen.
With a good punt by Gilligan, flips the field with 3 and out. And now Tompkins, the punt returner, tries to set Penn State up in good shape. Chrisman had an outstanding first half at his goal line. Gets this one up quickly, but it's a low boot. And Tompkins has a chance, although the coverage is excellent. They knock him down right there. Negative yardage. McLaurin, as a starting receiver, came flying down there. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Keep pushing day in and day out on the field and on tires you can trust to help you go the distance. Goodyear, more driven. Well, last year's whiteout game, the route over Michigan set the Beaver Stadium record. And as expected, Berkeley have broken it tonight. 110,889, the world's third biggest stadium.
This crowd.
The biggest stadium in the world, by the way, is in North Korea. Allegedly, 150,000.
You've been there?
No, that's what they tell me.
Oh, okay.
I've been there. McSorley has room, gets a block, and Trace McSorley, a little high step. Suddenly, Penn State's motoring again behind the quarterback run.
A design quarterback draw. Michael Bennett actually does a good job with a block right there. And then you can see the block's downfield. The young freshman, Firefoot, gets a block as well.
He pancaked him in.
He sure did.
23-yard run. And the 51-yarder in the first quarter. Play action. McSorley steps up again, looking to run, and will scoot out for a short gain. Well, you talk about the frustration of a defense. James Franklin said every time he goes into his own defensive room, they are just driven crazy by quarterbacks who can scramble when the play is otherwise well defended.
Yeah, well, that's what he does to every defense he faces. You have things covered, and you always have to account for that quarterback. They've been trying to use a spy tonight to prevent that from happening, but he's still gotten out.
And it's Hamler trying to get the edge. A flag comes in. Isaiah Pryor eventually drove him out. And it's going to be against Penn State on the block. Looks like Freiermuth, the young tight end who just made the great block on the run by McSorley, was guilty of a hold.
Looks like he tangled up with Pete Werner.
Holding. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
See the good and the bad of a true freshman.
87 right there.
No question about that.
Werner actually trying to set the edge, not allowing Hamler to get outside of him, and was in pretty good position.
It's been the story. Penn State's moved into Ohio State territory time and again. This is the first time in the third quarter, but then they get backed up. 2nd and 19. Pressure. McSorley walks it downfield for Hamler. And well defended and broken up. Isaiah Pryor right with the speedy freshman. And there is a flag. Didn't see it at first.
They got a flag on Pryor, and we'll have to take a peek at this. I always talk about the head of the defender. If he looks back.
Pass interference. Defense number 12. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
When you're beaten like that, and your head doesn't get turned around, that's a quick indicator to a referee. And if there's any contact at all, they're going to look for a reason to throw the flag. There wasn't a ton of contact there. The ball was underthrown, but because he didn't look back and he was beaten off the ball, that's why they made the call.
Tough one because Hamler had to slow up with the underthrown pass, but it gives Penn State a first down. The 33. Here comes an all-out blitz, and McSorley gets it out, and it was behind Brandon Polk. He had just barely turned. The pressure forced the quick throw.
That's a big-time throw. That's a throw that Polk has got to be able to hold on to. Ohio State brought pressure, and Trace McSorley felt that pressure, anticipates that his receiver Polk's going to win one-on-one, and he did. Ball's thrown a little bit on the left shoulder. But because he was so open, because he did a good job of getting separation, man, he's got to secure the football.
Veteran receivers should know the blitz is coming and should look for his quarterback to get the ball out quickly. And McSorley flips it to Sanders in the flat. He cannot make a man miss. Pete Warner's having a terrific night. Said he's a converted safety. He plays linebacker with that kind of quickness.
When you throw back into the boundary like that, you're convinced that your back is going to beat that linebacker one-on-one in the open field. But Pete Werner took that away. He kind of got rid of that cushion. He closed it with speed, and then he's able to get to Miles Sanders before he could try to shake him.
3rd and 13. Penn State not in field goal range, so they try to come up with something shorter to give Penninger a better chance at a field goal.
For the middle of the field is where they try to attack here against this man coverage.
And they hand it to Sanders, and Sanders bulldozes, makes a cut, is knocked down just short of the marker at the 24, so it's 4th down. Does Franklin go for a field goal in the lead or go for it?
He's not blinking. In fact, they're already ready to snap the ball. They're lined up, ready to go.
Correction. The ruling on the field is that the runner is short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
Ohio State catches a break there with the official clarifying that it was not a first down. It blows the whistle. Ohio State's able to get a man on and now off the field to change their personnel. Wow.
So initially, I didn't see someone signal a first down on that. It's clearly a yard short, but you're right. Penn State was operating fast.
Ready to go.
Ohio State was looking to the sidelines on defense. Big play, final minute, 3rd quarter. And they flip a pass, and it's broken up at the line. Chase Young got off the edge and snuffed it out. The Buckeyes make a stand.
How about that sequence of plays? You talked about the missed field goal being a play to remember. The referee stopping this play, slowing down that momentum, and then Chase Young on 4th and short again, timing up the leap and getting up at 6'5" to knock that ball down.
Did you see the grimace on Urban Meyer's face? He knew that Freiermuth had snuck out and was wide open to make the first down and a lot more. But Chase Young stepping up in a big role. Who could help fill the void and Nick Bosa not being here? Number 2 is the answer tonight. Haskins pressured, lost a downfield throw, and it's inaccurate, way over the head of Mack, and well defended anyway by Taylor, who had the pick earlier. Corner blitz by Oruwariye took away time from the quarterback. Blindside. Aggressive approach, because that was a very makeable field goal for the freshman Penninger, which would have given Penn State a lead. As it is, Young's big play preserves the 1-point cushion, and now Weber just mauled behind the line. But neither side has had much success running the football to the tailback tonight.
Well, they've been running the football successfully here in the second half. A lot of it has been hard hitting. Not that slow developing where you're pulling those offensive linemen around the outside. Penn State's defense too quick there to give that play a chance to open up.
Ohio State, the only touchdown of the 3rd quarter, and headed to the final 15 minutes of this whiteout night in Happy Valley, this crucial September game. It's Ohio State 14-13. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station.
Not long ago, Rhonda started here, and then more jobs began to appear. These techs in a lab, this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner stacked up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew at lunch. What started with one job spread all around, because each job in energy creates many more in this town. Energy lives here.
Nothing outlasts Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Hey, you can't do that. Can he do that?
Yeah, he's good.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. It's the #1 longest lasting battery.
Feeling unsure? That sucks. What if you had some help? Introducing the new 2019 Ford Edge with the confidence of Ford Copilot 360 technology, the most available driver assist technology in its class. Limited 2019 Ford Edge. Allergies can stand in the way of enjoying the moment. Break through with Allegra, the fastest non-drowsy allergy relief. In just 1 hour, it starts tackling tough allergy symptoms for 24 hours of relief. Get back to the moment with Allegra. Beauty, fashion, fame.
That defines you to them, but that did not define you.
Tuesday, Giselle Bunchen.
I was kind of suffering alone for a while.
Exclusive, emotional, and deeply personal. At home.
Thomas talked about his retirement.
Tuesday on GMA, A Million Little Things is tear-jerking, heartstring pulling, one of the season's best new shows. And it's streaming now and on demand. Have those tissues handy.
Can you tear me off a tiny sheet?
A Million Little Things, new Wednesday on ABC.
Big breakfast flavor is here. Applewood smoked bacon or freshly grilled sausage, fluffy eggs, golden melty cheese, all on a toasty little bun. Good morning, start at Hardee's. Get 2 breakfast sliders for $2.99.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in to lease a 2018 BMW X2 X-Drive 28i for $329 a month.
Your microwave doesn't need another frozen meal, and neither do you. Only Hardee's brings the heat with a variety of full-flavored all-star meals starting at $5. Get a real meal. Paid for by Hardee's.
ABC 3340 News at 10, working for you. Now we're going to watch the field goal team out here. And Penn State is going to get their signature win. There fires into the end zone. Touchdown. Ohio State finds themselves in a position they've not been in all day. Each of the last 2 years, the team trailing, entering the fourth quarter, has come back to win. Experts thought this would be a shootout. We were thinking 38-35 Ohio State. Just 27 points combined through 3, and now Haskins on 3rd and long delivers a low throw, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to C.J. Saunders, and the Penn State defense forces a punt.
Time they really rush 3. They bring a linebacker, Cam Brown, late. But Haskins, again, has to get off his point. A quick little step up into the pocket. Affects the accuracy again on that 3rd down throw because his young receiver, C.J. Saunders, had broken free.
Still waiting for special teams to make an impact in this game in a big, dramatic way. The way they have each of the last 2 years. Brisker has pointed beautifully all night, just booms it back. Tompkins retreats to his 25. And doesn't really get a block on the edge. And Nakuda runs him out. Early stages of the final quarter. Penn State offense, get back out there.
Today is the day you're going to get motivated, get stronger, get closer. Start listening today to the world's largest selection of audiobooks on Audible. And now, get more. For just $14.95 a month, you'll get a credit a month good for any audiobook, plus 2 Audible originals, exclusive titles you can't find anywhere else. If you don't like a book, you can exchange it anytime. No questions asked. Automatically roll your credits over to the next month if you don't use them. With the free Audible app, you can listen anytime and anywhere. Plus, for the first time ever, you'll get access to exclusive fitness programs. A $95 value, free with membership. Start a 30-day trial today and your first audiobook is free. Cancel anytime and your books are yours to keep forever. Audible, the most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories. Download Audible and start your free trial today.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Do your thing. Be driven. Powerful. Be inspired. Be extraordinary. Turn off the highway and soar. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive. Dancing is back. And stars like DeMarcus Ware tackling the dance floor. The judges won't know what hit them. DeMarcus the Dancer! Dancing live, ABC Monday and Tuesday.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Wells Fargo. Early in the fourth quarter, this whiteout that was conceived by our friend Guido Delia finally unleashed as a full stadium in 2007 against Notre Dame. Surprisingly, Penn State is just 5-5 in the previous 10 full stadium whiteouts, so they trail by 1 year. From the 27. McSorley escapes, and escapeless again for another game. Got 12 yards. They almost trapped him, but he got free.
That's a really good effort because Draymond Jones, who's an outstanding pass rusher, gets in there, and he is a strong man at 6'3", 286 pounds. He's got him. Gives you an idea how physical Trace McSorley can be. Again, avoiding the negative play and picking up positive yards.
Sanders has really been contained tonight. The man wearing number 8 to honor Mark Allen, his injured fellow running back, really has not made a big impact in this game.
No, not at all. Trace McSorley, their leading rusher, and a lot of that is what we just saw, the creativity, the scrambling, the ability to improvise. Remember, Saquon Barkley last year didn't have a big night running the ball necessarily either.
Now he had the kickoff return to start the game, but they were all over him in the backfield frequently as a runner. 2nd and 8. McSorley pressured again. He'll be sacked. Tough Borland is at a big night. He's the one that forced the fumble that helped turn things around. Got the quarterback.
They brought pressure with their linebackers, and not only that, they occupied the offensive linemen because they bring the defensive linemen this way, and then they bring the blitz here and here with the linebackers, and it's the middle linebacker, Tough Borland, that ends up getting free, but credit that defensive line slanting, occupying those offensive linemen to make it much easier for Tough Borland to get in there.
And they allowed 5 sacks in their first 4 games, and Penn State has been sacked 3 times tonight. 3rd and 13. Ohio State shows pressure again. This time McSorley steps up and lobs it for Hamler, who comes back and makes a catch. Slow to get up, but the freshman's made another big impact play.
Jordan Fuller, the safety, came over. And I don't know if there was contact there after the catch by Fuller that caused that.
A couple flags curved down in the area.
Yeah. Hamler is obviously down. He beat Fuller's Isaiah.
Personal foul.
Pryor came over.
Targeting. Defense number 12.
Yeah.
That's the distance to the goal. That play is under further review.
It's a 36-yard gain. They'll review whether or not Pryor did make contact with the ground of the helmet.
He beats Fuller one-on-one, and looked like a shoulder actually hit the helmet of Hamler.
Hamler, by the way, is still down. Here's another look. Let's get Dave Kataya in for the first time tonight and see what Rick Nelson, the replay official, might be looking at here, Dave.
Well, the question is this player defenseless or not? Is he a runner? He's going down, all right, which means right now he's defenseless. So the contact can be with a head, arm, shoulder, or helmet, or face mask.
After review, the ruling on the field of targeting is confirmed. Number 12 is disqualified from the game.
So, Dave, a targeting foul on either team.
Exactly. And that is why this is a targeting, because he was defenseless. If this player's not defenseless, that's not a foul.
Yeah, that's the key, is him being defenseless. Makes it very, very different. You see the Penn State staff talking to Hamler, but let's go back to the play. He's right here. He gets matched up one-on-one with Jordan Fuller, who's a good player. Watch this move right there. He set him up perfectly. Outside move, and then gets separation. And Trace McSorley puts that ball up there. It's not about beating Fuller. It's about beating Pryor, who's coming over. So he had to put that ball on the line.
First down at the 14. Hamler is being taken to the locker room as McSorley escapes. Trace McSorley barrels into a defender first and goal Penn State. A physical finish to that run.
There goes Pryor into the locker room, and also Hamler, who's had a big night for this Penn State offense, heading into the locker room.
He was trying to negotiate staying in the trainer, said, no, we're going to go take a look.
Trace McSorley on that play. Kind of symbolic of his career and his blue-collar approach to playing that position.
Two tight end look, first and goal. And they flip it to the end zone. Jump ball, touchdown, Friarview. There's a flag in the end zone. The big 6'7" tight end just went up and got it with one arm.
That's their advantage. Defense number 52. That quickly has been won. Good results for touchdown.
And Penn State has reclaimed the lead. Freshman Hamler and Friarview making huge plays on the drive. Vinegar to make it a 6-point Penn State lead. 6 plays, 73 yards for Penn State. McSorley superb on the drive.
It's been a problem for McSorley times. The ball being batted down. This time, watch how high he throws it over Malik Harrison, just to make sure where his big tight end can go up and over McFarland for a touchdown. Trace McSorley at his best with 12:22 left in his game to put the Lions up by 6.
When you finally stop working, will it feel like the end of a journey? Or the beginning of something even better? When you prepare for retirement with Pacific Life, you can create a lifelong income, so you have the freedom to keep doing whatever is most meaningful to you. A reliable income that lets you retire without retiring from life. That's the power of Pacific. Ask your financial professional about Pacific Life today.
When I'm on tour, I live for that moment when the lights come up, we hit the stage, and the crowd comes alive. My shows are all about energy. I feed off my fans, and they feed off me. To keep my battery charged, I grab a 5-hour energy shot. It gets me back to 100% fast. I want to give every show all I've got because my fans deserve nothing less. 5-hour energy. Get back to 100%.
Do your thing. Be driven. Powerful. Be inspired. Be extraordinary. Turn off the highway and soar. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive. McDonald's new fresh beef quarter pounder is so good it's left Gary speechless. So here's Gabrielle Union to speak for him.
Oh, you answered my call, Kirk, right when I ordered you. You know I can't resist all that hotness. Oh, that 100% fresh beef juiciness, the melty cheese, the pickles. You're all I think about. The burger, Gary. Burger.
The new hotter, juicier fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. So good, they'll leave you speechless.
Saturday Night Football on ABC is presented by Wells Fargo. Established 1852, reestablished 2018. In part by Pacific Life. Experience the power of Pacific at Mazda. Feel alive.
The quarterback of that frightening 94 Penn State offense that demolished Ohio State, honored by Steve Hatchell, National Football Foundation College Hall of Fame, welcoming in Gary Collins, class of 2018, the 18th Penn State player to make the Hall of Fame.
I was here to watch that game.
Were you brought to tears that night as well?
that was when I walked out of the stadium and said, that might be the best college offense I've ever seen in my life.
They had a playoff in that year.
Here we are, 2018, and I still think 1994 Penn State was one of the best offenses we've ever seen.
They think it's one of the better teams they've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Had a chance to play for the national championship. Well, on that last drive, here's the big play downfield. McSorley finds Hamler, and then there was a targeting call on Pryor at the end of that for hitting a defenseless player.
And he has a big run here. Shows that toughness that Trace McSorley's known for. The very next play goes up and over Malik Harrison. And Fryermuth makes the touchdown for the Lions. And now this place is going crazy. Brandon Loudon has been all night.
McSorley earlier continued to streak 33 straight games with a touchdown pass. Lions show late pressure, and it's a reverse. And Campbell has blockers and makes the edge. So once again, an excellent call against that pressure from Penn State. Quickly to Cassidy for an update.
Thanks, Chris. A check in on South Bend and the other top 10 matchup. Ian Book has 4 TD passes. This one to Miles Borkin, an 8-yard score. Irish creating some distance, now up 38-17 with 8 to play, guys.
Running away with it, South Bend. Meanwhile, after the 17-yard gain, nothing for Dobbins on first down.
So this real quick reaction to that Notre Dame score. You look at the rest of their schedule, Chris, they are going to be heavily favored in every game that they play. They start to become a real player for the college football playoff after that win today against Stanford.
Absolutely. They head to Blacksburg next Saturday night. It's again, there's really no threat of a quarterback run. They're just knocking on Dobbins. A short gain sets a third long.
Well, they're locked in on these running backs. Ohio State runs the football. It comes to third down. It's going to struggle for Ohio State. 2 of 13 on the night. Penn State, in these cases, most often bringing pressure with linebacker blitzes to get after Haskins. Here they come.
Haskins this time steps up and delivers, and Campbell, a crossing route, spun down right near the marker by John Reed. So again, the spot will be crucial, but they're signaling fourth down.
It looks like about a half a yard short. Maybe even less than that. It's a big decision. I mean, it's players are saying, let's go for it. But remember, this is not without a mobile quarterback, a threat as a runner, it becomes a different game. Because you know, every tendency says that J.K. Dobbins is going to get the ball. He's getting the ball deep in the backfield with a quarterback in the shotgun.
They run 2 tight ends out there. Big play near midfield. We need just a few inches. Dobbins spun right up the, it's a keeper, Haskins fooled me, but that's the Penn State defense, and they stop him short.
No, they blew up Dobbins. In the process, they actually blew up Haskins. So I don't think they expected Haskins to have the ball, but they got such penetration. Watch them get penetration. They shoot through these gaps, and they blow up the running back Dobbins, and after that, there's just nowhere for Dwayne Haskins to go.
As Sharif Miller got there, Farmer cleaned it up. You're right, it's such a different deal. This offense is productive in many ways, but without J.T. Barrett, this new philosophy, nothing's automatic. 3rd and 4th and short. What a stop for Penn State now. 6-point lead. Take over near midfield. They're thinking aggressively. McSorley steps up and fires a strike across the middle. Gets made by Hippenhammer. Another young guy making an impact there inside the Ohio State 35.
It's a great job by Trace stepping up into the pocket. Eventually sees his man break free. Watch how he works. It finds his open man, kind of baiting the Ohio State linebackers to make them think that he's running, and it makes that throw.
First catch for Hippenhammer, a freshman from Indiana, who also takes part of the Penn State baseball team, a 2-sport guy. who handles academics well as a freshman. And Arnett, the helmet off, holding his head. There's Matt Keppenhammer. And the big impact play, he went over the Illini. They take a look at the starting corner for the Buckeyes. Won't step aside.
Promote what makes your business great with Vistaprint. Whether it's a business card, a banner, or a postcard, we have the paper stocks, sizes, and design options to create marketing that's right for your business. Give it a try with 500 standard business cards starting at just $9.99 when you use code VP500 at Vistaprint.com.
Do your thing. Be driven. Powerful. Be inspired. Be extraordinary. Turn off the highway and soar. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive.
I work at that Chick-fil-A. I go to that Chick-fil-A all the time. He came in the drive-thru. Before I can give him his change, he drove away. It was a month before he came back in. Marcus hands me this envelope, and it's like $3. I kept it in my back pocket for over a month. That's crazy. I'm just like pretty stunned. She's like, dude, you serious? What? Appreciate the $3, man. And we found out we both play trumpet.
A once in 500-year storm should happen every 500 years, right? Fact is, there have been 26 in the last decade. Allstate is adapting with drones to assess home damage sooner. And if a flying object damages your car, you can snap a photo and get your claim processed in hours, not days. Plus, Allstate can pay your claim in minutes. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Lemonade! I'll take a cup. I got this, kids. 1 cup of lemonade. Thanks. Time to pack up. Let's go, kids. Thank you.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Get every live game every Sunday at no extra charge when you switch to DirecTV. No, if you do it, that's all. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Nathan Fillion is The Rookie, October 16th on ABC.
Damon Arnett, who was not flagged for targeting him, was a helmet-to-helmet hit, but he took the brunt of it, and he is being helped to the Ohio State locker room. Another look.
It's another helmet-to-helmet.
Pryor ejected earlier, so now a couple of Ohio State starting DBs out of the game.
Jeffrey Okuda in along with Jason Went at safety for Isaiah Pryor. Okuda in for Arnett.
First down, Lions trying to add to a 6-point lead. And McSorley. They were all over Sanders again that time. Would have been a tackle for loss if he handed it off.
Trace McSorley has been minted Trace McSorley these last couple possessions with the game on the line, showing you why we constantly refer to him as a point guard with his basketball background.
It's a huge sequence for McSorley, though. They're not in field goal range. 3 points would be huge for Penn State. McSorley looking for the end zone. Launches it off the fingertips of Jawan Johnson. He was in front of Okuda.
And they went right after Jeffrey Okuda just to challenge him with Arnett out. Second play, one-on-one. His receiver he has great chemistry with. Really well thrown ball. And by the way, pretty good coverage by Jeffrey Okuda, who looked like he might have got his left hand in there to knock that ball away. They tested him. He answers.
Still catchable for Johnson. Now it's 3rd and 10 out of field goal range. Enormously important play. Mike Black sets our field goal target line, and according to him, they need 4 yards to give Vinegar a reasonable chance. So McSorley is going to take off. He's going to get that and more. First down. McSorley muscles out inside the 15. Got a block to the edge from Johnson.
a block also from the left tackle, Bates, left guard, Gonzalez. Watch the left side open up. Just you got to anticipate that McSorley on third down is going to run. Jawan Johnson getting great effort on Okuda downfield.
He got 19. He's rushed for 137 tonight. He handed off to Sanders. There are quarterbacks who are reluctant runners, willing runners, and some are enthusiastic runners. I think like McSorley. He's not the biggest dude, but he just does not mind contact.
He plays with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, that's the kind of leader he is. That's the way he runs his offense. Very surprised that Ohio State's linebackers were up tight into the line of scrimmage and left a void on the left side of the Penn State offensive line on that big third down.
2nd and 8. Keeper again. There's Corey. Hammers down, stretches. Touchdown. Let's check it again. Did the ball get across before the knee hit? Actually, the elbow would put it down. You can't see from there.
Gotta see where the ball is. Gotta see where the ball is, where his left elbow touches.
And it's down. Keep it going, guys. There, it's down, and the ball is short.
He'll be
playing.
That ruling is under further review.
There's the progressive pylon cam. Anything other than the hand or the foot puts him down. So in this case, it's the left elbow right there, and the nose looks like about
the half
foot short.
Yeah, half-yard line. I
What an effort, though.
Yeah, again, I know we're going to look at his spot, but I got to just go back and watch Trace McSorley. He's a gamer, man. The game's on the line. He wants the ball in his hands, and he's going to lower his shoulder and go over top of whoever gets in his way at 6 feet, 201 pounds, right over the safety, who's in for Isaiah Pryor. Just like we saw on the last drive that eventually set up the touchdown pass. He puts two hands on the ball, lowers his shoulder, takes on those safeties. Been doing it his whole career. He's a Fox guy. You want him on your team to be your leader.
You know, he's never lost a home start. He's 26-5 at Penn State. If you throw in his high school career, 81-10 as a starting quarterback. 3 state titles in Virginia, lost the championship game his senior year. That's all part of his folklore. Desperately wants another championship here at Penn State.
But he told us his senior year, because I said, what happened your senior year? He said, well, we were moving up a division, and the team we lost to, they were moving down a division. So it was a big ask there his senior year, but they did have the lead in the fourth quarter, he said, but the team they scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
The runner's elbow was down with the ball inside the 1-yard line, at which point it will be Penn State's ball, 1st and goal.
And remember, all those teams that wanted this guy as a safety did not see him as a quarterback. James Franklin did, committed to Vanderbilt, and then when Franklin took this job, followed him to Happy Valley. And he has smashed a whole bunch of Penn State career records. So now a half yard separates Penn State from a 2-score lead midway fourth quarter. 2 tight ends. And Sanders is the back. Wouldn't bet against a keeper. And Sanders, who fights, pushes, and no signal here. Touchdown. Now he's in. Up 12, they'll go for 2. Penn State's second fourth quarter touchdown drive. 7 plays, 52 yards. All Trace McSorley, except for that final foot by Sanders. Trying to make the lead 14 with exactly 8 minutes to play. Hippenhammer gets the flip, and Ohio State is all over him. Kendall Sheffield off the corner stopped him, so the lead's still 12.
So Penn State was down 14-13 before these 2 touchdown drives where Trace McSorley took over, got the Lions his comfortable lead. We'll see if Dwayne Haskins has any answers with Ohio State's offense.
Do your thing. Be driven. Powerful. Be inspired. Be extraordinary. Turn off the highway and soar. Spread your wings. Mazda. Feel alive. On a very special fan film by Dr. Pepper.
Hey, Sport. You know how we're a college football family. We like to drink Dr. Pepper and watch games.
Yeah. We found this under your mattress.
Soccer.
Everyone is really into it this summer.
It's a gateway sport, you know? First you're watching soccer, next thing you know, you're going to watch lacrosse.
Look, it's perfectly natural to experiment with other sports at your age.
Easy, Mom.
I even drank other sodas.
Look, there's other sodas?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
With Hulu, tailgating's never been better. Unlike the early days when all you had was a radio. But through the years, the experience got better and better. And now, Hulu's completely changed the game because you don't have to choose between tailgating or watching football live on ESPN. You can do both, no cable required. Hulu makes it so easy, the game will never be the same.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you'll earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. Not just the airline purchases. Think about all the double miles you could be earning.
Holy moly, that's a lot of miles!
What's in your wallet?
Two Taco Bell icons were meant to be together. Nothing matches the flaming hot Fritos of the legendary Beefy Crunch Burrito better than the tropical lime storm of the Baja Blast, the perfect pairing for Taco Bell's latest $2 duo.
Michelin Premier. Safe when new, safe when worn.
We go from the White House singing Sweet Caroline to Lane Stadium. Enter Sandman as the Irish, who pulled away to beat Stanford by 3 touchdowns tonight, and the Hokies, who went on the road and upset Duke by 17. So we'll have that for you next Saturday, back to 8 Eastern here on ABC. 8 minutes for Ohio State to stage a furious rally. They're down by 15 at home in the fourth quarter last year before turning it around. Feels a lot tougher here tonight. Take a look at the quarterback comparison on the Pacific Life game summary. They operate very different styles. McSorley with that huge third quarter.
Huge third quarter, 259 yards through the air, but on the ground, 147, many of those yards where he's been improvising and creating and showing that toughness. And for Dwayne Haskins, still has the ball to play. 8 minutes to go. McSorley trying to get that crowd fired up.
McSorley with 406 yards total offense. Penn State as a team has 439. Weber goes in motion. Haskins flips it short, and the catch is made for a short gain by C.J. Saunders.
Remember when Ohio State was moving the ball when the third quarter started, the second half got started, and a lot of it had to do with their execution up front at the line, but also a lot of the up-tempo when they got Penn State out of blitz mode and attack mode, and they were just trying to hold on. We've not seen that since going back to the early part of the third quarter.
50 backfield with Weber split far to the left. Second and 5, the Lions rush 4. Haskins has time, and a sideline completion in front of the cushion to Austin Mack, first down.
This is typically when you see this offense, especially considering you're down late in this game by a couple possessions. Dwayne Haskins, I think, needs to feel some urgency about his approach right now in this offense.
Now aggressively will Penn State's defense play it. They've been very aggressive tonight. Not so in the last couple of plays. Haskins backpedals and delivers and throw downfield. It's sliding attempt by Garrett Taylor. Or is he flagged down in the secondary?
Looks like a defensive hold. Ohio State trying to throw an out route. Looked like a miscommunication, but in fact it was a hold by Penn State. Austin Mack trying to get to that point where he was
Pass
throwing
interference. Defense number 5. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Tariq Castro Fields.
He's an athletic player. Just wraps up around Austin Mack, who's trying to set him up to move back to the outside. He just grabs around his waist.
Moves the ball to Penn State territory. Inside of 7 minutes. Olsen at the 47. Didn't take Ohio State long to threaten. Penn State bringing pressure. Haskins trying to escape, fires across his body, high, and the catch is made. And Benjamin Victor still running. Victor comes back against the grain, heading for the end zone, and will make it at Ohio State, still alive.
Well, we talked about Dwayne Haskins being moved off his spot and how he does as a passer when he's not in rhythm and not sitting back in the pocket with time to throw. Well, Penn State got after it. They blitzed just John Reed, who got in there. Haskins stepped up like we've seen Trace McSorley do. Throws it late and high over the middle, which is a no-no. But the big fella Victor moves up and makes a play.
47-yard touchdown. This is 6th catch this year. And the extra point makes it a 5-point game, 6:42 to play.
You're going to see pressure coming here. You'll also see Gibbons get in there and watch Dwayne Haskins. Remember we talked about him being in rhythm, how much better he is? Well, he has to step up here and make this throw. This is high and late. Keep in mind, the Benjamin Victor is 6'4", goes up there, has strong hands to be able to hold on to it. And this is the thing that probably surprises anybody, including Ohio State fans, is what he did after the catch. He's known as a red zone guy to go up with his long arms to go up and make a play. But the yards after the catch, huge.
Long arms and long strides. Look how he seems to be running very smoothly, but he's got one up territory.
And also the block by Paris Campbell, and then the tight end, Rashad Berry, just pushing guys down the field.
Here's the missed tackle. Castro Fields had a tough series. He's a guy who was flagged for interference, and he's the man who will miss the tackle right here on Victor.
Yeah, misses the tackle, and then watch Paris Campbell hustle right there, 21. You see the tight end, 13, pushing a defender down the field. Johnny Dixon trying to help out.
What a response. 3 plays, 75 yards. Just a minute 18.
Minute 18.
They put Sanders back at kick return, and he was going to leave it right there in the end zone. Penn State and Ohio State always seems to come down to the final few moments of the 4th quarter.
Offside. Kicking team number 47. The 5-yard penalty will be assessed at the succeeding spot. First down.
Penn State will start from the 30 after the penalty. How about this? Postseason baseball. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock on ESPN. National League wild card game. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern with baseball tonight. Cubs, Brewers, both making the playoffs. One's going to win the Central. One's going to get in that wild card game. How about the Dodgers, Cardinals, Rockies are battling
it out with you. I mean, you Rockies guy, you're a Cubs guy. I mean, you got like 7 teams.
Yes, I am.
I'm a suffering Reds guy. That's just it. That's what it is.
Cubs first.
All right.
McSorley steps up again, adding to that rushing total. Gets a block and is dragged down. First down out across the 40.
I mean, it's just it. Nine's a threat. Nine's a threat to run the football. It might be their best play. Man to man, nobody there to account for number 9 on the scramble. I mean, the entire week, the scouting report was Trace McSorley is a scrambler. He's a threat with his feet, not just his arm. You got to keep him in the pocket. Takes off again and picks up 13 yards.
This is not good for Ohio State. Draymond Jones, their best defensive lineman with Bosa out, slow to get up. But McSorley, meanwhile, has run for 160 yards. No Penn State quarterback in the modern era has ever run for more yards in a game. Kirk, if you can tell me the all-time record holder for quarterback rushing, I'll give you a Benjamin.
I have no idea.
Eugene Shorty Miller in 1913 against Okay, that's not the modern era. Other than that, McSorley, the most rushing yards by a quarterback in Penn State history.
The crowd's booing, but Draymond Jones guy looked like he got rolled up on. He's trying to get in there, and you see 52 falls back, and when he falls back, Bates, he falls back onto the leg of Draymond Jones. The crowd's thinking he's trying to slow down the Penn State offense, but no, it looked like he got his leg rolled up on.
Saying with Bosa already out until perhaps November, Jones, you just hold your breath when you see him go down. Penn State's moving against an Ohio State secondary that's -2 starters. Arnett left with an apparent shot to the head. Pryor rejected. McSorley, that time they ran him out, and a flag comes in on the tackle. Chase Young made the tackle. Was it a face mask or a hold in there?
Came
face mask
right away. It looked like Chase Young, when he tried to make the tackle, got a hold of McSorley's face.
Face mask. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Going to move the ball into Ohio State territory.
Ohio State able to defend him, not let him be able to pick up positive yards, and instead they get their hand up in the face of McSorley and 15 yards on a personal foul.
Penalties have begun to mount. That's the 9th on Ohio State for 90 yards.
Urban Meyer's got to be thinking about Penn State continuing to be aggressive, at the same time trying to work some clock, running the ball. Quarterbacks a threat running the football.
McSorley again steps up, escapes the pocket, and now fires as he across the line. There's a flag downfield where Tompkins makes the catch and is stopped at the 10. Very often he goes right to the line of scrimmage before he throws it. I think he might have gone too far that time.
It's offensive pass interference by the receiver, DeAndre Tompkins. He actually pushed the Ohio State defender off of him.
Meanwhile,
and at the line of scrimmage,
McSorley, I think he was
across
on it.
Entire bodies across it. So
he has tremendous awareness of this. Rarely does he go across the line. He often steps right up to it, but this time he went too far.
If any piece of his body at all is behind the line, he's good.
There are 2 fouls on the play.
His entire body's across. Watch Tompkins here.
Offense.
Push Kendall
Number
Sheffield.
3. In addition to
That's
that,
how he got open.
the Penn State quarterback was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. That's an illegal forward pass, 5 yards from the spot of the pass with a loss of down. The illegal forward pass foul is declined. The offensive pass interference penalty is accepted.
So the across the line doesn't matter. The offensive pass interference moved the ball back into Penn State territory.
You're right, Trace McSorley. We've seen it his whole career. We saw it tonight. Does a good job of, I kind of call it baiting the defense, the linebackers, especially the safeties, to get their eyes on him, to come off their receiver, and then he likes to find, he scrambles to throw, not always to just run unless you're going to give it to him.
That time he could have run. He obviously saw downfield that
a little greedy. He went for the big play.
Yeah. It's a very, very costly penalty. See offensive PI too often, but makes it 1st and 25, way back at the Penn State 43. Typically, that's a drive killer.
Ricky Ronnie, James Franklin, the offensive staff, keeping their foot on the accelerator with respect to the clock. Instead of just running and working clock, they're trying to do what they think gives them the best chance to move the ball. To have that setback of 15 yards. See how that changes things, if at all.
You said it. He got a little greedy. He's made some tremendous decisions tonight. That time, could have kept the beat going. Could have run for yardage. Would have been perhaps down inside the Ohio State 35 if he'd run it.
Correction. Offensive pass interference by rule cannot take place with an illegal forward pass. Therefore, there is one foul on the play, the illegal forward pass, which will be enforced 5 yards from the spot of the foul with a loss of down, bringing up second down.
Let's bring in Dave Katana. Dan Kemper, they marched it back, and now the correction really improves Penn State's field position, Dave.
Well, they're right. You cannot have pass interference on an illegal forward pass. But if you look at the replay, it looked like McSorley's back leg was not all the way across that line. Take a look at this. Now watch when he releases it.
Right now, he looks like he's across.
He may be across with that trailing foot. So the call's correct there. You can't have pass interference on an illegal pass.
And the other thing is they do lose it down. It
Yes,
was
that's
first
right.
and 25. Now it is second and 15.
Pressure. McSorley escapes again. And now he's inside the 40.
You know, I continue to be surprised by the Ohio State linebacker play. This play is clearly not catching them off guard. They just can't stop it. We've seen linemen downfield blocking, and this time we see Miles Sanders leading the way, picking up a block there on Tuck Borland to give him more positive yards, give him a chance here on third down.
They need 6. They're not in field goal range. Inside of 5 minutes to play. Buckeyes are showing pressure. They bring it again. And McSorley steps up again and delivers incomplete. Very good coverage by Sean Wade on Hippenhammer. It's 4th down.
Now this time, they actually spied him successfully with Malik Harrison. Typically, you see Trace McSorley step up, but that time is Malik Harrison forces him to throw the football instead of it being able to take off and pick up the yards.
So Penn State moved it 33 yards, took 2 minutes off the clock, but Ohio State will get the football back down just 5. This back and forth battle here between these two Big Ten East powerhouses. They'll just take the 5-yard penalty, let that clock wind down, and back up Gilligan. Can you lose this game and still achieve your goals? Yeah, but you need a lot of help. It's going to be tough to win the East when you lose a division game like this. The winner, meanwhile, becomes the clear favorite in this division. It stays on track, of course, for the goals that all the players of these programs want. A playoff bid. Chance at a championship. Gilligan has been effective, knocking the ball.
What's up, y'all? Leave a like on the video, though.
This one is a low kick with backspin that bounces at the floor and just stops right there. A sandwich perfectly executed will hit Ohio State back. A slow start for the junior punter, but that was clutch. And Cassidy Hubbard will have the Ford wrap-up show when this one is finished. But there's still some chapters to be written in this rivalry game. Here comes Dwayne Haskins, a slow start. He got going in that third quarter. The big play to Benjamin Victor, but they are 96 yards away from the end zone of the lead.
And needed touchdown. It's been a tough night. A night for Dwayne Haskins to grow up. And he happens to be right smack dab in the loudest part of this stadium, right in front for the scoop reception.
Haskins from the end zone. Flips it short. Bobbled initially, but Davids has got it. And Davids has got room. Cuts back. Still running. Out to the 40. A huge play. The second time the tailback has made a huge catch and run.
And give Ryan Day a lot of credit for this on 1st and 10. He knows that Penn State's going to come after Haskins. Gets those linemen out in front. Picks up a couple good blocks. And when you get Davids into the open field, things can happen positively for Ohio State.
35 yards to escape the noise of the student section in their own end zone. And now Davids bangs forward for 7 more.
Good push in the middle there by the left side of that Ohio State offensive line, along with the center, Michael Jordan.
You got to get him out, get that sod out of the face mask.
Mike Weber comes in. Now you're sensing a little bit of urgency right now from Haskins.
And you're sensing anxiety from this Penn State crowd. Still trying to help the defense. They show pressure again, and they bring it. And Haskins gets protection and lobs it for back. That was in between two receivers and not near either one of them.
Yeah, I think it was to Luke Farrell, the inside receiver, the big tight end. He was in a one-on-one matchup with Nick Scott. The ball goes over his head, like you said, in between Farrell and Austin Mack.
Bigger Meyer is going to elect to go for it, so they got 2 plays to get 3.5 yards. Weber bounces it, first down, and fights inside the Penn State 45.
How about the right side of Ohio State? Patriots knocks the right guard, kind of seals it. You get a kick-out block by the right tackle, Isaiah Prince. Then blocked by the right guard, 78 Knox, allowed him to bounce that and get those yards.
Empty backfield, 4-man rush. Campbell in traffic. Paris Campbell bounces free. And it's knocked out in the 30. It's another first down.
Paris Campbell is known as their screen man, their double team, jailbreak screen, yards after the catch guy. Matter of time that they wanted to get his hands on the ball, try to give him a chance to accelerate upfield.
You wonder if Penn State's considering a defensive timeout. Their unit looks a little worn out at the moment.
All 3 timeouts. He's got a cushion here with his inside receiver.
4-man rush, protection, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Campbell on a crossing route.
One thing you got to say about Dwayne Haskins is he does have poise. He has not had a great deal of experience coming into this year, with the exception of the second half against Michigan, where he came in with Ohio State down and played well to bring the Buckeyes back. But his poise is being tested, obviously, in a big way tonight.
Dobbins knocked down. It'll be 3rd down. It was J.T. Barrett having the finest passing quarter of his career against Penn State to come back winning Columbus a year ago. And Haskins trying to channel some of that poise of his predecessor.
Urban Meyer, Ryan Day, and company thinking about clearly 4-down territory. Eyes in the focus of getting that play. Deciding to run there on 2nd down. They feel they have 2 plays to pick up these 5 yards. Again, slot receiver uncovered. There it is.
And they pitch it to Hill. Hill, first down. Still running. Touchdown, Ohio State. Buckeyes have the lead, 2:03 to play.
The play before, I thought they might go to it because that slot receiver had that cushion. They decided to go the other way to Paris Campbell this time on 3rd and 5. They come back to KJ Hill with 2 good blocks downfield. He makes the guy miss and then goes down the sideline for the touchdown.
Offense on the field to go for 2. Trying to stretch the lead. But Penn State's defense trying to get aggressive early in the drive. The screen made it pay. When they backed off a bit, Ohio State had the answers there too. 96-yard touchdown drive. And this is important to make it a 3-point cushion. We've seen some drives today between teams trying to stay in contention for the college football playoff.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Try for point.
That'll be more difficult 2-point conversion if they still elect to do that. We saw Clemson, that drive we talked about, engineered by Chase Bryce, to come from behind to beat Syracuse. And Ohio State, 2 touchdown drives after Penn State left by 12 with 8 minutes to go. That an epic march there.
Yeah, 8 plays, 96 yards. With the game, with your trailing game on the line.
Against the toughest environment in all of college football, and getting in the loudest part of the stadium.
Ryan Day deserves a big-time assist there with those play calls on that drive.
And now another whistle before the snap. Ohio State spent a timeout.
The snap. Charge timeout. Ohio State, they're first, and it's a 30-second timeout.
Like I talked about, Penn State stacking the line, but look at this. You have such a cushion there That gets the ball out to KJ Hill on the outside. What I found interesting here is that Austin Mack has a chance to block the undersized Reed or the bigger safety. He goes for the safety, freeing Reed, who's smaller, to have a one-on-one opportunity, and KJ Hill makes him miss. Great decision by Austin Mack to get the safety, and then McLaurin comes over 83 to help out as well on Castro Field.
That was Reed who just whipped. 2 blocks were thrown. There was 3-on-3 on the edge, and the Buckeyes won that one. It's been a tough tackling fourth quarter for the Penn State secondary.
Sure. But Austin Mack coming off, I thought was interesting, coming off of the corner, Reed, and picking up the more physical Nick Scott. Great decision on his part to give KJ Hill that one-on-one matchup for the undersized Reed.
This is big, obviously, because if Penn State can stop this conversion, the field goal would win it. Haskins from the pocket delivers incomplete. He's trying to get it to McLaurin. Coverage was good for the safety Scott, and the lead is still 1.
So we just set it up for Dwayne Haskins. What do you have in you, kid? Can you drive down? And now you're going to give Trace McSorley 2 minutes and 3 seconds and 3 timeouts, and he needs to get in the field goal range to have a chance to win this game for Penn State.
And he faces an Ohio State defense that doesn't have Isaiah Pryor, the safety, ejected for targeting here. Doesn't have Damon Arnett, who was sent out of the game. Love to see if Draymond Jones, their best defensive lineman, comes back on the field. He left injured the last series. A whole bunch of guys having to dig very deep. This has been typical Buckeyes Nittany Lions. Very physical, very hard hitting. The ice baths will be full after this game for a few days.
Tony Alford, running back coach, talking to J.K. Dobbins.
He made the huge play to start that drive on the screen. They're backed up to the 4 right in front of those students.
There's Draymond Jones, who, based on that body language and his positioning on the sideline, looks like he is not being held back.
Sanders is the kick returner. Rarely do the Buckeyes allow kicks to be run back, and this one is driven deep into the end zone.
Well, Trace McSorley has come alive here. It is really in the fourth quarter with great decisions, waiting and then finding his receiver, and then also doing what he does so well. Being able to make plays happen with his feet and then lowering his shoulder and giving that safety all he can handle, recognizing man-to-man, nobody spotting him, and picking up huge yards, 170 yards alone on the ground, and the 259 through the air. I wonder if Ohio State may spy him here to try to prevent McSorley from being able to take off and go.
He doesn't have KJ Hamlin to work with. We talked about the shot to the head that he took, the one that resulted in targeting, and he has not been in the game. McSorley fires down the seam, and the catch is made by the tight end. Pryor makes an impact play. They're in Ohio State territory.
Gets the seam right here. You got a safety in the middle. You got to throw that again right on the line to give him a chance to catch it and get down to protect himself before the safety comes over to try to separate him from the football.
Huge play, plenty of time and all 3 timeouts. McSorley hesitated, and that time he'll be dropped, and they got him on the face mask again. Same play comes in. It's again going to be on Chase Young.
Chase Young in there, in position, does a good job. He just keeps getting his hand up high into the face of McSorley. That's a face mask. Well, he thinks he got the shoulder pad here. Did he grab the shoulder pad?
Ohio State players are lobbying that it was not the face
There
mask.
is no foul on the play for the face mask. It's second down.
The way his head moved made the official think it was the face mask, and that's why he stated his case. He grabbed a hold of the shoulder pad. His hand actually grazed his face mask and then came off and grabbed the jersey.
2nd and 14. McSorley launches downfield. Hope. Incomplete. Pass was out of bounds, fading away. Sheffield in coverage. 3rd and 14.
They leave these corners at Ohio State on islands. Made it best man win. There's good safety back there to help out. Kendall Sheffield, one of the fastest players in Ohio State. And Brandon Polk has a great relationship and chemistry. Goes all the way back to their high school days with Trace McSorley.
McSorley needs some magic here. 2 plays to get 14 yards.
This is where his scramble has been effective for Penn State. Malik Harrison, who's sometimes spied him, is right there, but shows blitz from the outside.
Now they show pressure up the middle, and McSorley still got the football. Makes a cut, and dives down short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
Ohio State thought that ball came out before he went down, but Trace McSorley jumped back on top of the football.
So clearly, an attempt to get some of those 14 yards. He got 9, and it'll come down to this play.
Well, 2016 was a game that went down to the wire. 2017 was amazing the way it went back and forth, and here we are. This year, couldn't ask for much more. Back and forth, 27-26, Ohio State. 4th and 5 for McSorley. He's one of the best in the country in this situation. In fact, if you can handpick a quarterback in the entire country, 4th and 5 with a game on the line, he'd be in that discussion.
Sure would be. You think one thing in Ohio State says they don't let a quarterback run beat us here. Nittany Lions need 5. And Ohio State spends a defensive timeout. Talk about what Penn State showed them there. Man, it takes a lot to come in here and conquer Penn State in the toughest environment. And both teams have taken shots from the other side. And Ohio State, 8 minutes to go, was down 12 points. And Dwayne Haskins had a rough, uncharacteristic night in many ways, out of his comfort zone, found a way to engineer 2 long touchdown drives, and now McSorley has to make that play here to answer.
Yeah, it's been an incredible 4th quarter. Everything you hope for. Ohio State came back, as you said. Haskins made plays, but also he had a lot of help. The receivers, offensive line, and now we set up really the play of the game right here with 4th and 5.
Sanders is the back.
Penn State getting a look at Ohio State's defense, making their adjustments based on that man-to-man look for the Buckeyes. Now James Franklin calls the timeout.
Now this is the game. So the chess match continues. And it has been a very interesting and well-balanced chess match on both sides all night. Ricky Ronnie, the offensive coordinator, taking over for Joe Moorhead, of course, the win to Mississippi State. The offense so prolific in recent years. Has not missed a beat under Ronnie. You know the other side's going to expect your quarterback to run.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's done it all night. But I think Ohio State's known it's coming, and they still haven't been able to stop it. That's why if you're Ricky Ronnie, you're sitting there. I think their best play tonight has been a design pass, and if it's there, make the throw, and if it's not, take off, create, make a play.
Think about Fryermuth, the tight end, number 87, has made some big catches tonight.
And the other thing is when he scrambles to throw is always a dangerous play for Penn State.
Different look now off the timeout. 3 receivers to the left. Ball game right here.
Now Malik Harrison is right here in the middle where you would think he is spying.
Gotta hurry. Just get it off. Sanders, smothered. Chase Young, another big play. Ohio State makes a stop and takes over. And they're going to come to the whiteout and conquer the Nittany Lions.
Chase Young comes way from his outside on kind of a stunt that played right into the hands of what Ohio State wanted. I have to be honest, I am shocked by the play call. After a couple timeouts, meetings on the sideline, I really thought you put the ball in the hands of Trace McSorley with the option to run or throw, and instead, a zone read, and they hand it off.
Miles Sanders has been bottled up all night. Smothered really in the running game. Just 43 yards. And Ohio State's defense makes a stop. They were reeling early. They answered to take the lead. Penn State, their shots. They got the lead back. Double-digit lead midway 4th quarter. But Haskins and the Buckeyes, 2 marathon marches, including that final eventual game-winning touchdown drive from their own 4-yard line.
It's been so easy for Dwayne Haskins. He more tonight in 60 minutes than the previous 4 weeks because of what he faced tonight. This is a big night for him and really for this entire Ohio State team to be challenged like this. I said all week, this environment, the whiteout, in this stadium, when you're a top 10 team, it's as tough as there is in the country. And they obviously were tested. They were able to come out here with a 27-26 victory.
No more timeouts for Penn State. They can't stop it after this.
Why does not feel to be quiet?
Ohio State.
They're not feel to
They
be
gave
doing
a
it.
huge night for McSorley.
They're not just going to be before the first you learn, because they wasn't getting learned.
286, but did not play a part in that final crucial fourth down play. 461 yards of total offense. Breaks Hackenberg's school record. Wow. He won't care about that. It'll be his first loss at home as a Penn State starter.
It's easy for anybody to second guess play calling. You and I
think you have to, though.
You and I rarely do that. But I will say that I was completely shocked with that last call. Just completely shocked that your quarterback has a career night. His ability to run and throw their man-to-man coverage. He's been taking off and improvising all night, whether he runs to the first down or he buys time to get a receiver to separate the man coverage and throw it. But instead, they hand off to Sanders. And Ohio State, their defensive line without Nick Bosa played incredibly well. Key moments tonight.
And that chess match, which unfolded in slow motion, timeout after timeout, won by the Ohio State staff as Young made that stunt that you pointed out. And you're not the only one that's going to question that play call. Ohio State comes to Happy Valley and comes from behind to win by 1. And they are going to be huge favorites now in their next 4 games. They're going to be 9-0 heading to Michigan State, barring a major shot. This one will sting for McSorley. You won't question the play call, no doubt. But you wonder if he has to be thinking that he would like to play a role in that last Penn State offensive play. Urban Meyer and the Buckeyes show some grit, come in here and escape with the W. And he's with Tom Rinaldi.
Chris, thank you very much. Urban, what did you say to your quarterback who had been knocked off schedule and really knocked into an uncharacteristic performance, having to drive 96 yards to win the game?
It was 96 yards. Against a hell of a defense, too. Great environment. All respect our opponent, but wow. Ben Victor making that great play. Defense making stands against a great quarterback. That's a great team.
You said we had gone wrong. Nothing went right A to Z. You told me on the way in and half. What can you tell the team? What adjustments did you make, Urban?
Well, Ryan Day and Kevin did a great job. Just great coaches, great players, found a way to win against a good team.
What does it mean to you to come into this environment? Get a win like this.
That's one of the best wins I've ever been a part of.
Appreciate it, Urban. Maria?
All right, thanks, Tom. Doing the first thing you said when you walked over here was that was unbelievable. Why do you say that?
You know, we were down and out. We had a really hard game. We played all 4 quarters really hard. You know, each other. That's so amazing about it. We came back. We were down, never lost faith. You know, it's just amazing.
Take me back to less than 3 minutes on the clock when you orchestrate the 96-yard drive to take the lead. What was your mentality going into that drive?
You know, that's one play at a time. You know, people get caught up into the end game with the score. You know, ever since that drive started, we're just going to manage the game. We're going to go out there and try to do the best we can to go score a touchdown. You know, it's been a great game today.
So many people had questions about you as first-year starter and coming into this raucous crowd. What do you think you answered about your ability to handle a field environment like this?
I've been doing this since I was a little kid. You know, God's had his hands on me, and you know, I was made for this.
And what do you take away from this win with Ohio State?
It's a great win, really great momentum shifter for going into next week. Homecoming with Indiana. You know, I'm just so proud of my boys. I'm proud of my defense. You know, we're going to enjoy this win.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. The folks in Scarlet have made their way from the upper deck to sing and celebrate with the Buckeyes. Penn State on the other side. 7 for 10, 2 touchdowns for Haskins in the fourth quarter. Penn State left a lot of points on the board in the first half and late as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to say about this. Penn State shouldn't drop number one in the rankings, in my opinion. They're a top 10 team. And Ohio State deserves a lot of credit. In fact, I've had them at 4 the whole season based on what other teams with other bigger challenges have accomplished. And now you'd have to move, in my opinion, move Ohio State up to the top 2 behind Alabama because of coming into this environment and finding a way to win a very tough game. And Dwayne Haskins, I said it just a few minutes ago, I think he got more out of this, and Ohio State as a team got more out of this, being tested like this, than they have the 4 previous wins, because I think it's been so easy for Haskins and their offense. Tonight it wasn't. And without leaders like J.T. Barrett, Billy Price, and others, they needed a game like this for 2018 to kind of arrive as that moment. They got it.
What is September for Ohio State? They get down to Arlington. They were down 8 against a tough TCU team, came from behind. They come into this environment, which is really beyond words, and they come from 12 points down to win in the fourth quarter. They'll be heavily favored to keep rolling, be in the top 2-3. Our final score in another whiteout classic: Ohio State 27 and Penn State 26. Game produced by Bill Bonnell, directed by Derek Mobley. Great job by our entire crew here at United tonight. Ole Miss and LSU in action over on ESPN. For Maria and Tom, Kirk, and Chris Fowler saying good night from State College. Cassidy Hubbard for the Ford Wrap-Up Show coming up right now.
Thanks, Chris. What a game. And Ohio State adds to their college football playoff resume tonight. Welcome to the Ford Wrap-Up. I'm Cassidy Hubbard. Another top 10 matchup on this final Saturday in September.
So
that has
y'all like
big
this video,
implications on what happens
peace out.
in December. Number 7 Stanford taking on number 8 Notre Dame.